Came one night, hit the double downs, had a couple of good runs, and won about $300,000.
Anybody could win at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Must be 21 to play slots or table games. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
If you're a Dunkin' Rewards member, Mondays might be your new favorite day of the week. Every Monday in May, Dunkin' Reward members can get a free medium, hot, or iced coffee with any purchase. And you get to earn points to spend on even more Dunkin'. Not a member? Join Dunkin' Rewards on the app and get even more Dunkin' deals. Dunkin' Rewards. Save them, stack them, use them how you want. America runs on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional charges and terms apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Corey Holcomb on May 5th and May 6th.
Fellas, clap your hands if you here with a girl you're going to break up with when you get on your feet.
Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail server, and wait staff, food runners, and dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Please call us at 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Wake up, people. You are optimizing every waking hour of your life. From carpooling kids, to work, to friends, and everything in between. You have to get sleep and a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements, learning how you sleep, so you learn to sleep better, night after night. Sleep next level, only from Sleep Number. Save $500 on the new next-gen Sleep Number smart beds, plus special financing only for a limited time. Go to sleepnumber.com for details.
Are you concerned about the health of your heart or worried about the risk of cancer? Of course you are. I am too. That's why I want to introduce you guys to Life Imaging FLA. I cannot wait to get my preventive care scan. Only takes about 10 minutes and it can save your life. Non-invasive, you stay fully clothed while they detect any potential health issues. And the best part, scan valued at $6.99, but right now you can get it for free. At Life Imaging FLA, they understand the importance of early detection. It can truly save lives, and that's why they offer this scan to you with just a few minimum requirements. Don't wait until it's too late. Take action now to protect your health and well-being. And women, did you know heart disease is the #1 killer of women right here in the U.S.? Traditional medicine is reactive. Life Imaging FLA believes in proactive prevention. Call Life Imaging FLA now for your free heart scan. From your cell phone, call pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250. Just say the keyword free heart scan and you'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Rajamanar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring sonic and sonic branding, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, May 4th, 2023. Lots to get to today, from murderer or hero to let's try out Hot Shot 3000, and passengers vote to evict somebody from a flight, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina. Good
day.
There you are. Hey there, C-Lane. Good day. And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Good.
We got 3 dogs now.
Saw that. A whole welcome party.
And the third came yesterday, late in the afternoon,
About
right?
4:30, right around there.
So you had a 3-dog night.
Yep, it was a 3-dog night last night, and they were all running around chasing each other. And so we were worried at the beginning, just in case you didn't hear this. I'm watching my sister's dog. She's coming to get him next Friday. And, I love them, but I'm thankful for that, too. And we were worried because...
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
I think it does. And
you're going to be so fond.
When Simon first came over with Elvis, those are my sister's 2 dogs, Simon, who is not fixed, would not stop humping Lady.
Loved it. Loved it.
Fixed. It was just non-stop.
I can't say Lady hated it either. He kind of was just like,
she kind of laid there.
Here we go.
She's really, really placid. Just her demeanor is very, very nice, and she doesn't get aggressive or anything. So we were worried, Simon's coming back. Oh, God, he's going to go right back to trying to hump Lady, and there's going to be a big problem. Simon cruises in the house. He's chilling, no problems. All of a sudden, Elvis comes over to greet him. Elvis starts humping Simon. All night long, Elvis was humping Simon.
Elvis is confused.
All night long. And he started, real aggressively getting in there.
So that's more of a dominance thing, right?
Yes.
You're back at my house. Technically not your house, but
Right.
Elvis feels like he's in charge.
Actually, Elvis has had enough time here to establish the idea of dominance.
Yeah.
The idea that it's his house. That now that Simon's back, even though they're brothers,
I'm in charge.
This is my
I'm gonna
pad.
hump you into submission. And then they go out into the backyard last night. They come back in. Elvis has been humping Simon all around the backyard, every inch of that backyard, humping him all over the place. They come back in, and then when
He's got a grotto back there.
when Simon comes back into the living room, Courtney goes to pet Simon, and he's wet, and she's like, "Oh God,
no!"
She goes, "Is that wiener moisture?" And I go,
"Wiener
moisture? What the hell is wiener moisture?" I said, "No." He was rolling around in the leaves out there. He got wet. No,
Wiener
what the hell is
That's
wiener
the
moisture?
episode name for sure.
Something weird. Okay, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we go to a man at a poker table. He's at the Hard Rock playing some poker.
Which one?
And I think he's at the one down in South Florida.
Oh, the one with the half guitar?
Is that Hard Rock Seminole? Is that the
Yes.
one?
Hard Rock Holly.
Yeah, the one that's shaped like a guitar. I think that's the one he was at. I'm not positive.
Les Paul, I believe.
But he's down there. And
fun fact,
he's doing his thing. He wants to do some gambling. He can't get into the tournament they had going on. It was in Delton, Florida, I guess. Delton. I don't know where that is, but they have a Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino there. Oh no! It was in the Seminole Hard Rock and Hotel Casino in Hollywood, Florida.
Yeah.
The guy,
Hard Rock Holly.
The guy's from Delton, Florida. His name's David Hughes, and he's 70 years old. And he makes his way into the casino. He can't get in the main tournament.
Why?
He sees there's a ladies tournament. And he enters the ladies tournament.
Did he tell them that he identifies?
No, he didn't even need
as
to
a
do that.
lady?
I guess because of some of the laws and stuff, you can't exclude somebody. So he's able to play.
So they can call it a ladies tournament, but they can't straight up go,
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
They cannot refuse entry.
I don't understand why there's a ladies and man's tournament. I guess for the reason of if you like to play with other people of the same sex,
Right.
but there's not like a difference.
Well, we're gonna get
challenge.
I want to get into that in a second because I think that's really interesting. But the women notice obviously that there's one guy at this poker tournament, and the women start to put not like a ransom, but like a bounty on the guy's head. And here's one of the women filming this.
Oh yes, all right. We have Dave here, and I don't know if you can tell here, he's the only guy in this ladies event. So I put a $300 bounty on his head. And then Tamra and her husband matched it. So there's a $600 bounty
brightly
on
lit.
his head. He's already busted twice. So we
Okay.
love him for that. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Busted.
Good luck. Not really.
Said good luck, not really. David Hughes won the tournament after he got $17,430 prize pool was what was up for grabs, and he took home $5,555. Now, the thing that Sabrina mentioned earlier is what immediately comes to mind for me, and I go, look, when you want to talk about, like, the transgender sports thing, and you're talking about running or swimming or competitive sports where there would be an advantage for a biological man to be in there, there's some interesting conversations to be had there. But how is poker that at all?
I don't think it is. I don't think that's the point. I think this is girls who want to play with girls versus guys who want to play with guys. No different than
the PGA or something.
Although the PGA has physical skill involved.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
There's a reason they call them the ladies' tees.
Right.
But there's like it's no different than when we were talking last week, I think, and we were like, are there still allowed to be men's clubs and women's clubs? Like, you just kind of want to hang out and have some sisterhood,
right?
And play poker, and there's nothing wrong with it.
But the way I thought of it, because people were saying this is unfair.
Come on.
This guy went in there, and this is unfair, and this is just like these transgender sports issues. And I said, in poker, even though I'll tell you about some stats in a second here, to me, there is no advantage whatsoever that a man has over a woman. I don't see what the advantage
Except his
would be.
bigger brain.
or you see, like, what about, like, darts or any of these other sports? I would go, why would you ever have any problem with this? Because the sport seems to be one that doesn't favor one biological sex over another. Poker is cards. Poker is strategy. Poker is people sitting at a table and playing against each other. But men and women, it seems to me, have the same exact opportunity to beat one another in it. And I did look up this because I just Googled, do men have an advantage over women in poker? And it says, on average, the ratio of men to women playing poker is 8-1. This shows a dominant swing towards male players. Yet it doesn't necessarily mean the male players are always better than female players. I just don't see any way that you would be better because you're a man playing women at the game of poker.
I don't think so, but I will say it could have thrown all of these other players off by having this man inside the ladies' tournament.
It could have been a distraction.
Which, I mean, is that some sort of strategic move or it just happenstance?
Well, they were coming right back at him, though, as you could see from the video that we started with. The woman who was putting bounties on people said, although I think everybody was kind of just having fun with it. It didn't seem like people were, like, really being jerks about it. But he ended up winning the tournament, and then it started all these conversations. And I just, look, there are sports where you could go, yeah, this isn't fair because this person was born a biological male, and there's advantageous things that come along with that for this sport, yada, yada, yada. Let's say weightlifting or MMA, one of the most obvious ones. Obviously, there's some unfairness there, but this is not unfair. This is totally a normal thing where everybody has a fair shot. It's one of the few sports that seems to be like that, if you want to call poker a sport. Maybe it's just a game. Either way, that guy making some headlines as a result of winning that whole event. Meanwhile, this was a runner-up here for the opening clip. There's not a lot of audio that's hilarious with it, but I just did enjoy it. Over on the BBC, they needed somebody to step in and host the news for the lunchtime show. And an anchor decided, and I think she's also an actress, she decided, I will do this. And her name's Luquessa Burak. And they did her dirty, man. Instead of cutting to the news report, they cut right back to her, and she didn't think the camera was on her, and it was a little awkward for her. It went like this. Oh, hang on.
Around the world and across the UK, this is BBC News.
All right, she thinks it's going to the report right now. Here
and
we
for
go.
good reason.
And...
Okay.
Right. So she definitely saw that she was on a monitor there, right? She thrusted her hands up in the air to stretch and go like, okay, I got into that report.
She either saw herself on the monitor, that's the likely angle here, or definitely saw that the tally light on the camera was on.
Right, and that it's on her. So she just quietly sits there. I think she's praying internally. Maybe they're running the report right now.
I've had those moments before, both on this show, like go to scratch my nose, you know? That could be, based on the angle, interpreted as picking my nose. And then I look up at the big screen, I'm like,
oh, it's on me right now.
On the whole time. When I was working the soccer games, I remember I was fully turned around, and it is live, and you just see
our top stories
the back of my bar.
I didn't hit play. It was playing the whole time. Oh, it was silent.
Wait, what?
The microphone was off, but the camera was on her that entire time. And then she started talking, and then after that, they turned her microphone on. So some things really went wrong. I did not mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
Simply just letting her go there. And she had an odd day there on the BBC. That is strange when that happens to you, and a little uncomfortable as well. We got to talk about a lot of stuff today as we get ready for the Cinco de Mayo show tomorrow on the program. Going to get a little weird, going to get a little tequila-y, and we'll have some fun for sure. But there's more now about this situation we mentioned just briefly with the dude on that New York City subway train.
Oh, yeah, I saw some of the tweets and the pictures.
Yeah.
There's protests.
Yeah, there was people protesting about this yesterday. And there's some people who are upset about this. I want to get into a little more of what we know about what went down and see where everybody lands, because there's literally an argument now over whether or not this guy was a murderer or a hero in this New York City subway car. And we'll dice that up. Plus, what is the made it number? The made it number. You'll know what that is if you hang out with us. Plus, you're going to hear your dispatches from the newsjunkie.com and the app. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Jim Colbert Show. Out of context.
One technique I use, I stick my finger in it and I run it around the edge.
Yeah.
And loosen it up and then put it in my mouth.
See, I'm a tongue guy.
Grab that.
Yeah.
We won't use it. It'll be fun.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution. The on-ramp right lane is blocked due to an accident from Curry Ford Road to State Road 417 northbound. The right lane is blocked due to an accident on Curry Ford Road heading westbound at State Road 417. You can expect delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto Insurance.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you could stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at DirectAuto.com. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
The biggest horse race of the year is here, and there's no better time to get in on the action with FanDuel Racing, because right now all customers can get a no-sweat derby bet up to $20. That means you'll get up to $20 back if your win bet doesn't win. The FanDuel Racing app is super easy to use, safe, and secure, and when you win, you get paid fast. So don't miss out. The Derby is coming up this Saturday. It's the most watched horse race in the world and the longest continuously running sports event in the country. Get in on the excitement and tradition of the Run for the Roses this Saturday. The FanDuel Racing app has all the horse racing action. Visit racing.fanduel.com/DerbyFL for your chance to get a no-sweat derby bet up to $20 on FanDuel Racing. That's racing.fanduel.com/DerbyFL. Age and residency restrictions apply. Offer valid on first Derby win wager. Refund issued in non-withdrawable racing site credit that expires on 6/12/23. Restrictions apply. See terms at racing.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The biggest horse race of the year is here, and there's no better time to get in on the action with FanDuel Racing, because right now all customers can get a no-sweat derby bet up to $20. That means you'll get up to $20 back if your win bet doesn't win. The FanDuel Racing app is super easy to use, safe, and secure, and when you win, you get paid fast. So don't miss out. The Derby is coming up this Saturday. It's the most watched horse race in the world and the longest continuously running sports event in the country. Get in on the excitement and tradition edition of the Run for the Roses this Saturday. The FanDuel Racing app has all the horse racing action. Visit racing.fanduel.com/DerbyFL for your chance to get a no-sweat Derby bet up to $20 on FanDuel Racing. That's racing.fanduel.com/DerbyFL. Age and residency restrictions apply. Offer valid on first Derby win wager. Refund issued in non-withdrawable racing site credit that expires on 6/12/23. Restrictions apply. See terms at racing.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates, it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Ocean Bank is coming to Orlando. So we decided to bring you a break from the commercial break. Take this time to dream about how you would grow your business with Ocean Bank. Visit us at oceanbank.com. Ocean Bank. Member FDIC.
Summer at Racetrack. The sun's out and savings are in. We've got the deals to keep you deal-lighted all summer long. Stop in and buy any 20-ounce bottle of soda and sip on another for only $1. But the party doesn't stop there. Snag one slice of pizza and get another for only $1. More soda and more pizza. Saving money never tasted so good. Now that's how you make summer deal-lightful. Racetrack. Whatever gets you going. Restrictions apply. Limited time only while supplies last. See store for details.
Spring has sprung and it's full tilt boogie time at GiveMeTheVin.com. I'm overpaying for cars because I think they're going to go up even higher from where they are right now. We'll pay off your payoff. We'll pick your stuff up. We'll quote you quick and easy at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer. Go there right now, and if I don't beat a CarMax offer, I'll send you a check for $100.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
From the News Junkie app in just a moment. This story is pretty crazy out of New York City. We talked about it, but not for long yesterday. Just kind of brought it up and said, hey, here's what's happening here. And the basic story was that there's this dude named Jordan Neely who is 30 years old, and he was on this subway cart, or whatever you call them, or subway train, I guess, in New York City. And he's on there, and he's like harassing a bunch of the people who were aboard and going around and screaming stuff and freaking out. And then some dude grabbed him who was a former Marine, and he grabs him in a chokehold, and it was like holding him down. You could see video of it and photos and whatnot. And he ended up dying when his body went limp. They couldn't get him back. They tried when first responders arrived on the scene. And I guess this guy used to be like a Michael Jackson impersonator who would be on the subway.
The man who passed away?
Yeah, the guy who died. He would go in there and, like, you've seen this before, like a busker or something that put like a little speaker down and then do a performance and then try to get money from them. And he didn't look like Michael Jackson when this all went down. He's been going through something because he's been arrested like 40 times, some for violent crimes, including attempted murder when he shoved somebody in front of one of the subway trains in New York City, and various other things, and he keeps getting let out. But they said one of the fellow riders tackled him, another one put him in a chokehold, and it lasted until his body went limp. At that point in time, it backed off, and he had died from the chokehold. So some of the people were going, well, this guy was a hero. He was helping out the other passengers on this subway train in New York City. And other people are going, this guy is a murderer and he needs to be charged. And there's protests and everything about this. And like, here's an elected official, Ayanna Presley, who is in Congress. And she says he was 30 years old. Black men deserve to grow old, not be lynched on a subway because they were having a mental health crisis. Jordan deserved better accountability now, which is insane. Comparing this to like a lynching is wild, and making it all about race and stuff is wild. I think you could see in some of the photos, like here's one. In one of the photos, you could see the guy who ended up dying. You see him being choked. You see the guy with his arm fully around his neck, choking him. But there's another black passenger who's like holding him down, and there were several other people who were involved in trying to subdue this guy. So this wasn't some weird racist attack or whatever on this train. People just like to run wild with it.
I don't know, but are they coming from the angle that this man did that because he's black, or they're not charging this man because he's white?
Probably all of it. They're probably coming from the angle.
I've seen signs that say both.
It's a white guy choking out a black guy, so it must be racism, lynching, et cetera, which is stupid.
And then the tweet right underneath it would have been like, would there be this reaction if a black guy had choked out?
Right, or if it was two white guys. It's the same thread every time.
Yeah.
I mean, we know what to expect at this point when you see these kind of things. But some people were like, this guy was doing something good. The other people on the subway were in danger, and he was helping out, and other passengers were helping to subdue this guy. And this guy is a menace. He's been arrested 40 times. He almost killed somebody, et cetera, et cetera. He's dangerous. And then, nope, he's a murderer. Throw him behind bars. And so far, it looks like they're not going to charge this guy, because even the mayor of New York City, who's Eric Adams, came out at another person who made a statement on this, which was AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, was like, this is irresponsible. You're calling this guy a murderer. You're inflaming people. This is ridiculous that you're doing this. Regardless, I guess people are taking out to the streets and protesting about this. I haven't heard this yet, so let's listen together. This is from Fox 5, and they're talking about some of the protests that have happened.
Doesn't show up to a vigil for the homeless man who died in an altercation on the subway. It happened on an F train Monday afternoon. Now, dramatic video of this incident has been released. Fox 5.
Well, what did that protester's sign read? Let's see what they're saying out there. Hang on, let me bring it back just a little bit so we can read that. It says, R.I.P. Jordan Neely. That's the guy who was choked out. A black man was killed by a white man here. NYPD has not arrested the murderer. We want justice. I think that's there were some like misspellings in there. New York City, love and protect your fellow man. Don't move here if you're scared of your neighbors, is what the sign says that this person's holding up at the protest. And it doesn't look like there's too many people. There's like maybe a couple of dozen, the best I can tell. I think that's what they said at the beginning of the report.
A dramatic video of this incident has been released. Fox 5's Arthur Chien has more.
Justice for Jordan Neely!
Tensions continue to flare at a vigil held over the death of a homeless man.
I think they're in the subway doing this.
Yeah, they are. Northbound F train Monday afternoon after he reportedly started screaming aggressively.
And then the cops hauled away some guy who was like spray painting on the subway tiles.
Oh, really?
Who killed Jordan Neely?
Oh, people are just so knee-jerk reactionary about this. How do you know enough to go like, this is absolutely murder right now? I mean,
didn't the autopsy confirm that it was a homicide?
No, I don't think there's an autopsy yet. From this just happened, right? The medical examiner's office did classify this, you're right, as a homicide, and the manner is a chokehold. But that doesn't bring down any judgment on criminal culpability, it says. So it's like when somebody dies, you can't say that guy died as a result of an accident, because he didn't die as a result of an accident.
Gotcha.
He
Okay.
died from being in the chokehold that the guy put him
Right.
in. The question legally would be, was he in his legal rights to defend himself and others and put him in the chokehold, or was there a point where he went overboard with his response and he should have let the guy go sooner?
And what's the line between defending yourself and killing someone and the result of that?
Right, and that's a tough one. And sometimes,
Especially with a chokehold.
sometimes we see it and everybody agrees, or most people agree. Like Derek Chauvin, you watch that and you're like, "Whoa, come on, man!" And now everybody watches this and goes, "This is not the reaction that this warranted." Other times it becomes a little more complex than that. And right now it seems like people are just getting upset, and smaller groups of people have been gathering talking about this. Let's see if they say anything else about the actual interaction.
Dozens this afternoon took to the platform at the Broadway Lafayette station.
I want details about what happened on the
protesting his
train.
death. Meanwhile, new video shows riders trying to subdue Jordan Keeley. Lying on the floor of the subway car, a Marine veteran has Neely in a sleeper hold from behind, while another man tries to immobilize his arms.
That was deeply disturbing, and that causes a lot of fear in people.
A separate video shows
Oh my
EMTs
God,
trying
Jesus.
to revive the 30-year-old who
They're
has
showing a lot of video
criminal
here.
record and
Yeah.
a history of 44 prior arrests, many of them subway-related, including disorderly conduct, assault, and fare evasion. As for the 24-year-old Marine veteran, he was taken into custody and interviewed by police and released without charges.
So they have not charged him yet. I don't know if they're going to. A lot of people have comments on this whole thing. But one thing I want to just toss out there, this might seem weird. Is there anything different in how this guy was holding the dude than the video where you got choked out at the MMA thing?
Can you go, isn't it way you
I mean,
go
I can
back
think
again?
of one thing that's.
Well, I mean,
I'm
obviously,
alive? Yeah.
obviously the outcome, but it looked like, same thing, unless maybe he was controlling the way had you in the chokehold more.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, absolutely. And I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to putting someone in a chokehold. Anyone
Right.
who's trained to do that, clearly you could scream that you're part of the Marines, but there is a point in which you hold on too much, you can feel the person's body going limp, and then
Mhm.
you continue to cut off the circulation of air to their brain, therefore resulting in death.
That's what's going to count in all this. Like, if the moment
I'm surprised
he-
they didn't bring him in though. At
Well, they
least
did.
They did.
They brought him in, but they didn't file any charges against him. They brought him into the into the NYPD offices and they talked to him, but they didn't press any charges.
I don't think they have
against him.
enough to charge him yet.
Yeah, and I don't know what they're going to do as a result of the public pushback. Hopefully that doesn't have any impact on him, but I've seen it happen before. Tanya says it's very sad that he got to this situation. He should have had some mental help prior to this. He didn't deserve to die, but I'm not sure what would have happened if he wasn't stopped. It's just sad all in all. Yeah, you could put this into a more obvious situation where if this guy was trying to forcibly push somebody in front of the subway car, which he had done before, and somebody was grabbing him and holding him back and choking him, you would see the most obvious outcome that was being prevented there. In this case, I still want to know more about what happened prior to this. Was he just shouting stuff, or was he physically hitting people? Because I think that's important.
Yeah.
Well, how much more video is there?
I think there's-
because this seems like surveillance video that we're seeing on the train car, right?
I don't know where that's coming from.
Are there any witness accounts?
There has to be, because you can see tons of people on the subway. I don't know if they got
Which
them.
leads
though.
me to believe it's could this have been avoided if there's so many people? You get one person who has got him restrained, then it takes 4 more people to put his arms and legs down
Yeah.
until law enforcement shows up, instead of resulting in someone dying.
They said video of the altercation posted online by a freelance journalist showed the man lying beneath Neely, holding him in a headlock position for several minutes as Neely tried and failed to break free. A second passenger pinned Neely's arm while a third person held down his shoulder. It is unclear why the group had moved to restrain him. So they're not giving enough details about what preceded this on that train. That's what I want to see. I'll dive into that a little bit further, and we'll see what you have to say. BDMXCon on Twitch says he didn't deserve to be touched. If you're going to bring up his record, maybe mention he saw his mom choked to death at 18 years old. Well, if you don't think his record matters, then why would that matter? What matters is what happened on the train, because it doesn't matter if somebody has 40 priors. That only shows the rest of us that he had the propensity to be violent on that train. It doesn't mean that he was. It means that he had the propensity to do that because of his prior behaviors. What matters is not that. You can't choke somebody out and kill them on a train and say, oh, look, he was arrested 40 times, 44 times previous to this. That's why I did it. It has to be based on the incident that happened on that train or in the train car at that time. We'll see what you think about this. Send us your dispatches. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. hit record on your first dispatch right now. And let's see, we've already got some people chiming in on a bunch of stuff. I want to hear more on this. Here's some people who are chiming in on the whole situation where the guy was playing in the women's poker tournament. The drunken mailman chimes in.
Hey guys, happy May the 4th be with you.
Oh, boy.
This thing about men and women and poker, there's no difference in the playing. The thing is, if you ever sat at a poker table or been to poker rooms, I mean, it's a very male-dominated thing. And I can see how a lot of women just don't feel comfortable sitting at a table full of guys who are just complete douchebags.
Blowing my
and,
guys.
you know, you've seen it. These guys at poker tables, they're aggro and they're arrogant and they're just assholes.
Yeah.
So I can understand why women don't want to play in a room full of these guys, you know? That's what I thought.
All right. This guy does not like poker players.
I have a theory on this, and I wonder if you guys agree. I think there's some truth to that because I've played a lot of poker and I've been in poker tournaments and stuff. And you usually do have this certain type of character that you find at most tables that I could see people maybe wanting to avoid. And my gut tells me a lot of this started when, do you remember Chris Moneymaker, the poker player? Like when poker first started to explode, this guy was just like a regular dude. Chris Moneymaker was his name. And he always had like the shades on. He had a particular look and like this cool guy attitude and stuff. I think people watching some of these poker players on television when that exploded on ESPN and stuff, I think it shaped the way people behaved at tables afterwards. And they're like mimicking some of the characters that they saw from television. And some of those characters are assholes because it works on TV and you want like a little bit of, you know,
or they're weirdos. They're trying to act out to distract players.
Like it's a tactic.
You know, they used to wear those stupid sunglasses with the 3D eyes in them.
Talking about Fossil Man, right?
Yeah, whatever they could do to kind of distract the other players. And I could see why you might want it to be somewhere else, not near that. Let's see what we got. Here's Diana chiming in with the dispatch.
Hello, junkies.
Hey.
Happy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
You too.
It is also May the 4th day, and also
6th,
tomorrow,
and 7th.
as you know, is Cinco de Mayo. We'll be celebrating both of those holidays in my kindergarten classroom. However, I don't know if you were aware, there is another holiday that I can't celebrate.
What's that?
Unless I want to become one of your news stories. However, tomorrow, May 5th, is also No Pants Day.
All right.
According to Wikipedia, it is held on the first Friday in May, and it requires
Never heard of
publicly
this.
wearing just undergarments on the lower part of the body. So if you want to add a little more magic to your Cinco de Mayo show, I
No
suggest
pants?
that
I don't
you
know
also
about that.
celebrate No Pants Day.
You know, I always wonder about days like this. Like, imagine you read it's tomorrow is No Pants Day, and I'm going to go to work with my pants on. And for Cinco de Mayo, I'll be like, "Hey, boss, it's No Pants Day." Like,
Funny for the first 2 minutes of it, and then it becomes weird.
Well, like your boss is just going to let you come in with
Absolutely
no, like
not.
your boss is going to be like, "What are you doing? This is a professional work environment. Put some pants on." No, it's No Pants Day. This is what people do. I don't know if you're going to be able to get away with that at any workplace. Man, there is a bunch of other people chiming in, like JJ. Here he is.
Congratulations on your upcoming bundle of joy there, C-Lane.
Thank you, JJ.
I think the perfect name for that bundle of joy little boy would be Passing.
Nope.
I'm sure you'll get it.
They're going to come up with plenty of clever Lane jokes. When we all know it's going to be Sean Dolores Lane. We know that that's the name that we're going to lock in on here eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're beating around the bush. We should just get to it and put this on the birth certificate.
But it's going to be SEAN.
Oh.
The proper
That'll be
spelling.
worse than getting nothing at all. That'll be far worse.
It's like when you tip the waiter 5 cents.
It's worse than nothing. Oh. All right, one more. Here is Texas for Life chiming in.
What up, junkies?
Hey.
C-Lane, congratulations.
Thank you.
Having a boy. To be completely honest, I hope that the cards fall that way for me, too. Would love a boy first, and would really like a girl second, you know? Maybe have a big brother to watch over, get to experience raising both. So, yeah, congratulations, man. And thanks for winning Fritz on the Street last week for me.
Yeah, I got
really
your welcome.
Appreciate that.
Oh, here's
Can't
Dog.
wait to get the magnet.
There he is.
See you later.
All right, you're
Have a
up
good one.
next.
Woo!
Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. We want to hear what you have to say. You folks in chat are killing me. You're absolutely triggering me and killing me. Christina on Twitch says, I know it's been said, but I really hate not seeing Sabby in the full view. It's so weird. He's talking about when we go to the wide shot. If you're watching,
Why are you being triggered by that?
because everybody said, get Sabrina a desk. Sabrina a desk. Build a desk. Well, now I can't see Sabrina in the full view. Where did you think the desk was going to go? Where did you think that was going to be placed? Directly in front of C-Lane? So we have a line of us or something? It doesn't work any other way. We have another wide shot that includes everybody, but we're going to switch back and forth between the two of them. You got the desk. Sabrina got
they told me
Super
to
Ultra
fix
Mega desk.
this wide shot so that
What?
it includes her.
This one?
So, yeah.
No,
I mean,
thank
I
you.
don't
That
know.
shot's not good. It's just you.
That's just, no, that just means you see her back.
Yeah.
No, thanks. No. Go back to the other one.
Oh, we can see your computers from this.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We could do some spying.
Like you weren't doing that with the other angle?
I wasn't able to see it over
Why?
there.
Is that what you think that we do?
Absolutely.
We don't.
Why?
Big spies.
Is that
you guys
what,
love
is
to
that
spy
what,
on stuff.
Is that what you do?
I love to spy on your stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Stay
We
away
all,
from
we
my
all
stuff.
spy together.
You're projecting.
Correct.
I've never used a camera to
Nailed
read your,
it.
never used a camera to read your screen.
No, if we wanted to, we'd just go over there manually and just stare right into them if we wanted to see what was
and
going on.
then you'd be like, God, she is as boring as we thought she was.
I have never done that. I promise. I've never looked at that.
I'm thinking keep the same angle, but I get like just a big, not a full body stand-up thing.
Like a cardboard cutout?
But just like my face, and I'll just pop it in right in the corner. Because usually, like, when it starts, I can get my hand here and I do the rock out sign. So I'll just pop my head up.
She's been doing
Someone
that.
can make that.
During the final saga of the day. Just like pop your hand up into the bottom of the frame and then rock out. All right, well, when we come back, we're going to hear from you. We want to see what you have to say about everything going on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch. Plus, that made it number. What is the made it number? We'll find out. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
In a world of ever-changing algorithms, you can still find us here. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. We have another warm day ahead. Afternoon highs reaching the mid, if not upper 80s. The sun will be shining bright, likely not a cloud in the sky today. We remain dry and warming through your Friday, but rain chances will arrive back in the forecast by this weekend. Have a great rest of your day. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for Fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Power through every season with True Fuel, the ready-to-use engineered fuel for outdoor power equipment that lasts for years and provides true convenience, true performance, and true protection. True Fuel is ethanol-free and precision engineered to improve performance and extend the life of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and small generators. With True Fuel in the tank, you're always ready for yard work and everything Mother Nature decides to throw at you. True Fuel. Empower your equipment.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When I set out to build our firm, it was built for greatness. It was built for you. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. If you or anyone in your family has been injured, call America's largest injury law firm. Call Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates, it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
The way healthcare works today can be frustrating. So many different doctors to keep track of, different tests, different medications. It's a lot. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care covered by most Medicare plans. Here, your own doctor coordinates all of your care for you, even talking to your specialists and your pharmacist to manage prescriptions. There's a lot more about Village Medical that we think you'll love. When's the last time you said that about healthcare? Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
Hardworking Americans like you and me are sick and tired of this brutal stock market. Take ownership of your financial future. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com. Their team of experts buys world-renowned hotel brands like Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt and maximizes profitability for an investable REIT that's open to everyone. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com to see their incredible track record of double-digit returns in the most volatile of times. Past performance is no guarantee of future results.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Dunkin' wants to raise a cup to our brave nurses. On May 6th, Dunkin' is offering nurses a free medium iced or hot coffee to celebrate Nurses Day. Participation may vary. Excludes cold brew and nitro cold brew. Limit 1 per guest. Not valid on mobile orders. No ID required.
Any size iced coffee is only $1.29 at 7-Eleven with 7 rewards. But it's not just iced coffee. It's sacred. It's the crunch of the ice as it tumbles into your cup. It's that blissful moment when you take your first sip. Your daily ritual. A form of self-care, even. It's your soul in a cup. Some say you can't put a price on a love like that. But we did. It's $1.29 any size iced coffee at 7-Eleven with 7 rewards.
Offer good through 6/27/23 plus tax. See app for details.
Listening to this station on your free iHeartRadio app could put $5,000 in your pocket.
No way, are you kidding me?
Open your app and search this station to be instantly qualified for the cash.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all the music, radio, and podcasts you love.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2023.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
Dispatches rolling in. Thank you for that. If it's your first time ever, don't be scared. You can join the show by simply recording a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll probably not make fun of you, but I don't know. It's always a possibility.
We might make fun of you.
Just be funny or be interesting or have a good take or like have whatever. Sing us a song, for God's sakes. It's all fine. Just no terrible jokes. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and do that now. There is now a story out from Fortune magazine. And
4chan magazine?
No,
I didn't realize it came out with a...
Not that one. Fortune.
That hacker got his own magazine.
This is a Fortune, Fortune. That kind of Fortune magazine.
Oh, one that will never be on the list for.
This is the one we don't read. It's just a bunch of money stuff. They said the exact amount of money, the made it money, is now out for people who are Gen Z and millennials. So there's like a particular figure, a particular dollar amount
that you receive per year?
Yeah, this would be your salary, and when you get it, you're like, I made it. That's like the made it number for people. And they asked a ton of people, over 1,000 people about this, and they got the results back.
Wait. They asked people what they think the made it number is?
They said for you.
Oh, okay.
If there was something that you could get in terms of your salary, what would be the number where you were like, yep, I made it. I'm kicking ass right now. I'm succeeding, and I feel like I'm doing well. What do you think that number was for Gen Zs and millennials?
God, I feel like there's so many layers to it. How much debt are you in?
I'm trying to look for the exact question, but they basically said they wanted to know the exact figure on how much money they would need to earn to feel like they've made it.
Oh, gosh. Throwing it out there, $600,000 a year.
Sabrina says $600,000 a year. You get that first paycheck, and you're like, I made it, man. What do you think, C-Lane?
I don't even know, because it would really depend on like where I'm living, what I'm spending all my money on. I would have no guess.
Well, they said all these people, when asked, the average was $121,553 per year.
All right.
And Gen Z was a little higher at $124,000 a year. Millennials at $120,000 a year. But most people, on average, it seems, when they think, I made it, it's $120,000 a year. That's the number for them. What's funny is, if you go around and ask people, I've seen some videos of this, where it'll be like a guy on the street, and he's asking women questions, and he'll be like, if you have a guy that you're going to want to marry, what do you think that guy should look like? And they tell him, how tall do you think the guy should be? And most women say 6 foot, 6'2", whatever, taller than 6 foot. And then they'll be like, how much money should this guy make that you're going to be marrying? And they'll say, oh, $300,000 or $400,000.
Yeah.
And then when you tell them, you know what percentage of American men make $300,000 or $400,000? It's not a lot of them. Okay, it's a very, very, very small minority of people that make that much money. I bet if you would have asked this question 20 years ago, it probably would have been at that $100,000 mark. But everything over time gets to be a little bit less. Like, this might sound ridiculous, but I think it's still true, so I'm going to say it either way. I think that we used to think, like when I was growing up, if somebody had $1 million, if they were a millionaire, you were like, holy cow.
Yeah.
This person is a millionaire. Now, that level of rich, I think, is like $10 million. If you have $10 million, you're doing really well for yourself.
Yeah, because the cost of living is so much. I mean, at
Everything's
$120,000, you are able to, I guess, not live completely by your means. Like, you have a bigger house, probably spending some years paying off debt.
Yeah.
A lot of people still, in that
Because you probably needed some college to get to that amount of money.
Pool, yeah. So, and then you have a little extra to spend on yourself or your lover, but 120 is what you would essentially need to live in New York City, California.
My God. Yeah, I don't even know if you would be considered wealthy.
Damn, Orlando even with the rent lately.
Most major cities, if you're making $120,000 a year, it's not like you're living in a McMansion and you've got a moat around your house. You could pay the bills for $120,000. Honestly, in Manhattan, I think you'd probably struggle to pay the bills with $120,000.
Yeah.
You'd have like a really tiny place. You wouldn't have a car, which you wouldn't want in Manhattan anyways. And then all of the different things that you end up getting hit with, your bills are going to be so expensive that $120,000 is actually not that much in relatively speaking. If you have $125,000 a year as your income and you're in Macon, Georgia, you're doing all right, man. You could buy a beautiful house. Yeah, you could get that mansion in Macon, Georgia for that amount of money. But it's all relative to where you're actually living when that happens. All right, we'll hear from you. What do you think your magic number is, the made it number for you? What is that? And have you made it to the made it number already? Let me know with your dispatches at thenewsjunkie.com. Meanwhile, I was telling you guys before the show, I said Courtney's parents, my girlfriend's parents, came over yesterday. They dropped off my sister's dog that they were watching for us because he wouldn't stop humping our dog. And he's being great now.
Bobby, God damn it.
Who?
Bobby, I keep saying Bobby Jones, not Bobby Jones. Whitney Houston's ex.
Oh, Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown.
Humping around. Yes, it's the theme song.
That joke would have been better had I remembered his name.
The theme song for this damn dog.
Bobby
Jones. There's probably a Bobby Jones out there.
Yeah, he sucks at humping.
The dog is being better and more well behaved now than ever, and I love him. But it was a problem at first, and parents came over, and her parents dropped off the dog. They're going on a trip. Her dad loves to drive long distances. Some of you are like this. I don't understand. Don't get it. And do you like to drive, Serena? I don't like long distance driving. Sucks. I think.
God, it really depends. Who am I doing it with? Where am I
even
going?
to Miami. Do you want to drive to Miami? No.
Not often, but I do want to go see my parents. I'm excited for that Bright Line.
Right.
I would love to do that drive in a Tesla that drives me.
Yes. Yeah, and anything rather than just, I know it's not doing much, but driving long distances sucks. When the Tesla drives you and you're supposed to touch the wheel every now and then.
You're just watching an
iPad
for real.
No, I mean, you don't need the iPad. The whole touchscreen thing.
I mean, you got your own iPad. Oh, you could use that as a TV. You're right. Your entertainment center. And you're not doing much when you're driving a car, but it still sucks. So he's like,
I've seen pictures of people watching our live stream.
I've seen that
on
too.
Their Tesla
That's
screen.
dangerous, folks. And so her dad is going to be driving because he loves driving. He's going all the way up to Detroit, I think. And he said, "Oh, I wanted to get your mom a flight so she could just meet me there." And he bought her mom a flight on Spirit Airways for like $29. And I said, "Oh," and she's being a trooper about it. But I go, "Do you know what you're in for?"
How long's the flight to Detroit?
Probably 3 hours and change, I would guess, somewhere around that. But Spirit Airlines, she said she keeps getting emails. Would you like to upgrade to a better seat? Would you like to upgrade to Wi-Fi?
Would you like water during your flight?
They charge, I think, for in-flight service. I think they even charge for that. Oh man, they nickel and dime you. The reason I bring this up is because there was something that just happened on a flight. And I want you to know, I want to know what you would do in this circumstance. I'll run this by you next, and I'm excited to see what you would have done. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for delays due to an accident on US 441 Orange Blossom Trail heading southbound at 39th Street. The right lane is blocked. There's slowdowns due to an accident on Florida's Turnpike heading northbound before mile marker 277. Traffic is backed up before exit 272 State Road 50. If I-4 is a part of your travels, you can expect delays heading eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
BetOnline.net is your #1 source for all your basketball info, stats, news, and scores. Get all the latest odds and lines, including the latest player reports for this year's pro basketball playoffs, baseball, hockey, cage fighting, and boxing. Head to the website today to get in on the action. BetOnline.net, where the game starts.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
And now, a couple of corny facts. Number 1, there are about 800 kernels in each ear of corn. Number 2, an ear of corn always has an even number of rows. And number 3, Florida sweet corn season ends in June. June? What? Why didn't anybody tell me that it was gonna...
Oh, well, I guess that's a wrap.
It's sweet corn season in Florida. Stop on your way home and get some before it's gone. See more seasonal produce at followfreshfromflorida.com.
At Spectrum Business, we believe small businesses, like yours, are the backbone of our economy and the heart of every community. That's why we provide the best value for internet, mobile, business phone, and TV to keep small businesses connected with their customers. To celebrate National Small Business Week, we're offering savings of up to $350 to meet all the connectivity needs of your business. Learn more at spectrum.com/business. Spectrum Business. No nonsense, just business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Welcome to Pollo Tropical. Would you like to try our new coconut shrimp?
Coconut shrimp, shrimp and the coconut. Coconut shrimp, coconut shrimp.
Coco y camarón.
Pollo is serving up perfectly golden, sweet, and savory coconut shrimp in a bowl, platter, or on the side with our pineapple rum sauce. We're going coconuts for the all-new coconut shrimp, only at Pollo Tropical. Coconut shrimp, coco y camarón.
Stop by your neighborhood Petco to save on your pet's favorite brands like Blue Buffalo, Iams, Wholehearted, and Purina Pro Plan. And when your pet needs to see a vet, Petco Vet Services can take care of vaccinations, flea, tick, and heartworm prevention, and more. Don't forget, your pet always wants to look their best, so make a grooming appointment while you're there. You'll get every 8th groom free when you unlock the grooming perk in our app. Visit your nearest Petco or go to petco.com to start saving on all your pet's needs.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates, it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
If you love Florida and you love fun, then might I suggest you pick up a rod and reel and go fishing. Because here in the Sunshine State, fishing, fun, and Florida just go together. And you know what else goes with fishing, fun, and Florida? I'll give you a hint. It starts with an L. That's right, a license. Getting your fishing license opens up a whole lot of fun and new memories, and it's never been easier to get one. Just visit fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com to order yours. And before you know it, you'll be more relaxed than you can even imagine. Casting your line in your local fishing hole, propping your feet up in that rental rowboat, and of course, catching the big one. So go to fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com. Then plan your escape, because fishing is a great way to connect with family, friends, and of course, nature. Your fishing license is just a few clicks away. Order yours today at fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com and enjoy all the fishing, fun, and Florida you deserve.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
I have the weirdest experience with this because I swear to God, for like at least the past decade, I've almost exclusively flown Southwest Airlines. I just haven't even bothered to go on any other airlines, except for when we went to Europe. We flew something else. I don't even remember what the hell we flew. And I've just got that experience, at least in recent memory for me. And I think since then, we've seen all these like discount airlines come out, and the nightmare stories float out of these. I know you guys have your own stories about these. And I just told you that Courtney's mom was flying out, I think, yesterday, and she was going for the first time. And I was like, what airline? And she goes, Courtney's father got the ticket for $29. He's all excited about the deal that he got. And I go, oh, so he got the deal for your ticket that you have to go on this Spirit Airlines flight. And I said, I don't know if you know what you're getting into here. This is not a great scenario.
I've only been on Spirit once, and I will say I had a very rare, wonderful experience. Only because one of the flight attendants I went to high school with.
Okay,
and she just made it rain many bottles.
But on this flight, or before this flight, let's go back to before the flight, Sabrina. Did you buy the tickets, or was it somebody else who purchased the tickets?
God, I don't even remember.
Because
I feel like it was somebody else.
Everybody that I hear complaining will say, oh, my God, they just hammer you for upgrade.
That's why it's the, discount airline.
I know. That's what you get.
You just want to fly with no clothes on and don't talk to anybody or receive any service.
You get one of those little jump seats, basically. You flop down.
I would be curious. Actually, I think it's illegal to give passengers those, but I would be curious to see what percentage of Spirit Airlines flyers just buy the ticket. They don't pay for a carry-on. I think your laptop bag, that part is free.
Anything bigger than that, and they charge you for it.
Yeah, but like they don't have or a purse. So they don't have a carry-on because they charge for that.
That's an upgrade.
You don't have a checked bag because they charge for that. You don't pick your seat because they charge for that. You don't get any sort of beverage.
No extra leg room.
Not even non-alcoholic because they charge for those. Like, I would be curious what percentage of passengers on those budget airlines just do
the minimum
ticket.
Just the bare minimum miserable experience.
Because you said during the break, you're like, how is this financially feasible? And I was like, well, because they're probably the person I just described is probably in a minority. Like people that need to go places usually need to bring stuff with them.
Because if they sell you the ticket, they go, "Oh, here, it's just $29. Congratulations! Wow, that's a great deal." And they go, "You probably want a little extra leg room, right? We got seats with some more leg room. You want one of those?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'll take that upgrade." You want early check-in? Yeah, of course you want that. And then all of a sudden your ticket costs the same price as some other ticket, and you're still on the plane with a bunch of these lunatics. And this was not Spirit Airways that was in this story that caught my eye today. It was Frontier, but isn't Frontier kind of in
It's a budget airline as well.
They're kind of the same, even though they got their own differences. There is this thing that has gone viral, this interaction between all these folks on this flight, which I thought really
Facebook,
perfectly
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
Sums up America. Truly, it does. And they said there's two couples on this Frontier flight from New Jersey to Atlanta, Georgia. And the two couples are fighting back and forth. And one couple is like throwing dollar bills at the other couple. God only knows what these people are arguing about, but they're screaming at each other. And the flight had already pulled away from the airport and was like, moving around the tarmac and stuff. And these two couples are fighting back and forth. And some guy who is next to where the camera is filming, he says, "Shut the hell up," to everybody who's freaking out on the plane, because the couple's fighting, then everybody's telling them to stop fighting, and then everything's blah, 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 blah. And he goes, "Shut the hell up." And he says, and I think he's right about this, after saying "shut up," hold on, where's the line from him? I got to get this right so I can tell you what happened here. He screams "shut up" to everybody on the flight, and then he says, "This is literally American culture concocted into one airplane," looking at everything that was happening around him. And I go, that's it. It's the fighting, and then everybody reacting to the fighting, and then he's the one guy who steps up and says, "Shut up. This is American culture playing out on a plane." And then guess what?
Sounds like Democracy Manifest.
Speaking of Democracy Manifest, you know what "shut up" guy does next?
What?
He goes, "Raise your hand if you want these people removed from the flight." And he does a poll.
That was so weird.
Of all the people on the flight, raise your hand up if you think this person should be removed from the flight.
Well, the idea of it on the script there is democracy. He also proceeds to go, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Raise your hand.
These
You're not going to do this with me?
So
So it became peer pressure.
After saying that this is American culture on an airplane, he does an even more American culture thing and like tries to get everybody to vote these people off the island that is their Frontier Airlines flight. And I guess
Your fellow passengers have spoken.
I guess everybody else was just kind of over it. And people just want to relax. They want to enjoy their lives. Everybody's explosive out there. Like the guy was yelling at the little baby that was crying. Remember that guy? My God. That's just an example of what it's like on some of these airlines. I feel like the cheaper airlines have more problems with this. I'm sorry.
I'm a Delta gal. Ride or die.
I bet you don't see this as often on a Delta flight.
Well, I was the last Delta flight I took. Coming back from Atlanta, they had to kick out a dude.
Mm-hmm. What'd he do?
He had the briefcase of what he claimed to have $60,000 in cash and demanded to sit in first class.
Really?
Yeah, and then kicked out a lady. The pilot eventually was like, "You're making a scene right now."
Oh, man.
Kicked him off with his briefcase.
Do you think
How
he
did
really
you
had
not get
60
any
grand?
video of any of this?
We didn't realize what was going on until after it happened, and one of the flight attendants, lovely man, was a listener and told me all the gossip after.
Nice. Do you think that the guy really had $60,000 or was he crazy?
I don't know. It was like a good in between because he wasn't yelling,
Mm-hmm.
but he did have the briefcase. And
Does he not know how first class tickets work? You don't just
I don't
go
know.
on the plane and go, I've got $60,000.
But then, went up to this sweet couple that I don't think were from America. And whatever he was yelling at them, they were like, "Oh, okay, we'll move."
Mm-hmm.
And someone else
Look at my $60,000.
someone else would be like, "No, this is your seat that you paid for, ma'am. You
Yeah.
stay there." He gets off the flight.
I know. That's what's the problem is that this stuff just happens far too much.
Asshole airlines, I'm telling
That,
you.
we're getting that without getting it. We're getting asshole airlines by having the super discount airlines. And the people that attracts, it makes for, I think, a worse experience sometimes. And that's the way it is. Let's go over to you. Let's see what's happening where you are. You got some comments for us via dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Here's our friend Mo Manji, the realtor. Let's see what he says.
Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well. For London, you probably went Virgin because that's what I use, Virgin Atlantic. I mostly always fly with United because I have the credit card and the points and stuff, so it makes it easier. I get free baggage and everything like that. But I flew Spirit once to go to Philly, and it wasn't too bad. There was like about 4 or 5 of us, so it ended up being a good trip there and back. It was cheap and it was weird, but it ended up working out well. Thanks, bye.
I mean, if it works.
Wasn't that the trip that
It is cheap.
Wasn't Philly, I think, where Mo Manji went and saw, what was the concert that we were
Du
talking
Hast,
about?
right?
Yeah, Rammstein.
He saw that crazy Rammstein
That was
show.
an incredibly elaborate stage setup with lots and lots and lots of pyro.
Yeah, that was wild. Okay, let's go to A4 Amazing with the dispatch about that Made It number, where if you could pick what your income would be, the Made It number for people in Gen Z and for millennials was around $120,000. And they said, that's the number that makes me feel like I've made it in life. A4 Amazing says this.
Good morning, everyone in Radio Land.
Good
and
afternoon.
The News Junkie. This is Angel A for Amazing. My made it number, my goal in life right now, I'm not there yet, is to make at least $500,000 a year.
Damn,
And
she's on a mission.
I've been told that to get there, you have to have 7 streams of income. Right now, I do community help out advocacy for labor and all that stuff. So
Okay.
I am not there yet. I started a charity. I plan on doing a couple of other things like being a pilot, but I'm gonna get there. I'm working on it.
I believe in you.
But my number is 500,000.
Get it, girl. Get it.
Talk to you guys later.
I feel like she watched one of those TikTok videos where it's a guy screaming at the camera and he's like, you need 7 streams of income. And they start screaming at you. They're like, passive income. 7 streams of income. My God. You're not going to have any time to breathe. It's
the hustle, baby.
If you got that much hustling going on. That's
Well, I mean, when you get to the 7 stream of income, at least one of them you're not doing anything for.
Don't you have like 5? You're well on your way.
I have a bunch of streams of income.
Exactly.
Yes. But I mean, I don't think I have 7. And A4 Amazing, I believe in you. You're going to do this. You're going to make that $500,000, whether you're a pilot or a community outreach person. Grind. But now I sound like one of those same TikTok videos.
You sound like Matthew Lesko.
Yeah, remember that guy?
You're going to get money from the government.
Is that guy on TV anymore?
I haven't seen that guy in years. I don't even know. I wonder if he's still alive.
It was an infomercial, right?
Yeah.
It was this guy, and he had this green suit on with like dollar signs all over
Was it dollar signs or question marks?
I forgot, but he was like this obnoxious suit, and he'd be screaming at the camera.
It was question marks. It should have been dollar signs.
He looked like a character from like Batman, like a villain or something.
He's 79.
He's still alive?
Still alive.
Damn. Here's Dustin chiming in. Let's see what he says.
Hey, junkies. Yeah, driving does get to suck, especially with how many people are here now that don't know how to drive. But I average about 150 to about 225 miles a day.
Damn.
But I get to listen to you guys all day, so wiggle, wiggle. Heck yeah.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Dustin. That is a lot of driving every day. One more for now. Here's Sith Lord Seth.
Good after morning news junkies. May the 4th be with all of you.
And also with you.
And as much as a Star Wars fan as I obviously am, let's not forget this day in 2012, we lost the man, the myth, Mr. Adam Yauch, MCA from the Beastie Boys. He did a lot for not only music, but for the world. And so let's remember him today, too.
I thought you were going to land on...
whatever.
Thank you.
I thought he was going to land on something just slightly more narrow than the world.
You know, I hate to say this, and I know it's a controversial opinion, but secretly, I think the Beastie Boys suck. Secretly, I'm sorry. I know it's going to piss a lot of people off.
That is
I think you just say things to piss people off.
I'm telling you, there's something about the Beastie Boys. It's like, don't stop. You'll get dropped. Like every word rhymes with the next sentence. It's not
rapping.
No, it's not. It's not the same as like every other line rapping. It's every line raps or every line rhymes.
Eminem does the same thing. Does he not?
Not as much as that. I don't think. I think it's you have the traditional song format, and theirs is like, don't stop. You'll get popped. And it's just everything. Oh God. Oh, sorry, everybody.
That is a much spicier take than me thinking the Red Hot Chili Peppers are overrated.
They are overrated too. The lyrics are terrible for the
Also, the keyword is not what they said it was. I'm going to play it. I'll play it again.
We'll give you the real keyword in just a moment. Make sure you're paying attention to those. Listen to the show. All right, let's
just realize I can't say it.
Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, who can buy land? Who is allowed to purchase land in the United States of America? There's something that may change that in a drastic way, but I want to know what you think about it. All the people who are maulding on
Back to Only Men?
Right. All the people who are really hating on me for the Beastie Boys take. Sorry. I'm being honest here. At least in my opinion, overrated. We'll see what you think about that and so much more, and this whole property buying thing that's changing in a big way. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes.
We might even give you credit.
Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Happy. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Watch out for bumper-to-bumper traffic on Florida's Turnpike heading northbound between State Road 50 Colonial Drive and North Hancock Road, exit 278. There's a multi-vehicle crash causing delays on I-95 heading southbound before mile marker 259. The left lane is blocked. And delays on I-4 westbound between Sand Lake Road and before State Road 535. Traffic is up to speed on the beach line. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Spring has sprung and it's full tilt boogie time at GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
This week on Leguizamo Does America, John Leguizamo visits Chicago, where the Mexican and Puerto Rican communities have transformed the city into Chicagolandia. Leguizamo Does America. All new episodes, Sunday, May 7th at 10 p.m. Eastern on MSNBC and streaming on Peacock.
At Spectrum Business, we believe small businesses, like yours, are the backbone of our economy and the heart of every community. That's why we provide the best value for internet, mobile, business phone, and TV to keep small businesses connected with their customers. To celebrate National Small Business Week, we're offering savings of up to $350 to meet all the connectivity needs of your business. Learn more at spectrum.com/business. Spectrum Business. No nonsense, just business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Ocean Bank is coming to Orlando. So we decided to bring you a break from the commercial break. Take this time to dream about how you would grow your business with Ocean Bank. Visit us at oceanbank.com. Ocean Bank. Member FDIC.
After an accident, it's important to hire an attorney right away. Evidence can disappear quickly. Sure, you could wait to hire an attorney later and see how things turn out, but delays never make a case better. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is. Dave, tell our listeners about the produce that's in season.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, frottermelon, frappers, spinach.
Wait, hold it. You're just putting fra in front of produce.
Yeah, as in fresh from Florida.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. You don't need to make up words.
Really?
Ugh, friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
Don't you mean .from?
Ugh, really?
Every morning, start your day getting caught up with West 2 News Sunrise.
I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Jason Guy. Here for you with breaking news from around Central Florida.
We want to get back to that breaking news out of Orange County.
Giving you an accurate forecast to plan your day by.
We're also starting off with some cloud cover.
And steering you clear of the backups to make your commute a breeze.
Your travel times out the door are looking pretty good this morning.
Wake up knowing you're ready for today with Jason, Mare, Kellyanne, and Megan. Wake up with West 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
Kelly's all new.
Hello, Clarkson.
Every weekday.
Let's do it, Kelly.
Give your day a little love. Oh my gosh. A little joy.
Happy day.
A little laugh.
Well, I'm really hard of hearing. I can't hear that well.
You're going to fit right in on this show because I'm loud. Give your day a little Kelly.
It's this. This is her name. Oh, yeah.
Weekdays at 3 on West 2, followed by West 2 News at 4.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hardworking Americans like you and me are sick and tired of this brutal stock market. Take ownership of your financial future. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com. Their team of experts buys world-renowned hotel brands like Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt and maximizes profitability for an investable REIT that's open to everyone. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com to see their incredible track record of double-digit returns in the most volatile of times. Past performance is no guarantee of future results.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates, it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app,
or wherever you get your podcasts.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Now, this has always been strange to me, but now they're going to change the laws on this. If it passes, and it looks like it's going to, because there's a bill that is going through that's going to restrict who can buy what property, right? This is particularly in the state of Florida, but they're doing this elsewhere for those of you in Dallas and elsewhere listening to the show today. There's a bill that is up for vote called SB 264, Interest of Foreign Countries. And there's some things about it that I find to be very weird, but other things that I think are good. And they said this could chill Miami's real estate market and exclude certain foreign nationals from buying in Doral and in Coconut Grove, Key Biscayne, and Sweetwater, according to the Miami Herald. Now, if they're going to make rules about where people can buy certain land, why would they make it just in those cities? That seems weird to me. Why wouldn't it be like everywhere in Florida? Like you just control people from China not being able to buy property in Doral, Coconut Grove, Key Biscayne, and Sweetwater? That's weird to have those particular areas that you...
Maybe it's just of interest to the surrounding areas or the people that are already in those areas that they not, that the available property not be gobbled up by somebody that's going to develop it into some sort of resort or something.
Well, they're also calling it sensitive American land. So I don't know what definition of sensitive they're using.
They buried some Native American bones Don't there. talk about its body.
Sensitive American land. That's a strange way to phrase things. They said real estate professionals and Asian American groups are alarmed at a Florida bill that's designed to prevent operatives in hostile nations from acquiring sensitive American land, but could actually impact a much wider immigrant population. And it says the bill, which has passed the Senate, was amended by the House, and now heads back to the Senate, restricts citizens of China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Cuba, Venezuela, and Syria from acquiring farmland or any property within 20 miles of a military installation or infrastructure, such as a seaport or airport. So that's kind of more specific there.
Well, and as the sea level rises, it's going to be a little closer together.
Yeah, the state of Florida has that to look forward to in the future, of course. But they said Chinese people who are not U.S. citizens or lawful permanent residents would be barred from owning Florida property altogether, which is kind of surprising to me. Like, if you're not a U.S. resident, it's a little weird to me that you can still buy property. That seems strange to me.
I think that maybe that was one of the things that they were getting away from when they left Britain.
Yeah.
It was one of those kind of, government oversights that they wanted to break away from. Also, the lack of separation of church and state, at least at the time.
It's definitely a free market thing. It's like, hey, let anybody purchase this. But
it's pretty common. I mean... Yeah, think about all the Americans that have property overseas, too.
Yeah, but you can't go to China and buy a plot of land, I don't think, if you're an American citizen. If you're not a dual citizen or a Chinese citizen, I would be very surprised if you could buy property.
I think there's some places in island nations much closer to us that we would have to, like, petition. Like, you and I couldn't just, like, go make an offer on a plot of land in some places in the Bahamas, could we?
Yeah.
Or do we have to, like, petition the will of the people?
Well, I think sometimes people just look at this from an American perspective. They don't realize that other countries don't do half of the stuff that we do. So if you go to Costa Rica, ask somebody who's, like, moved to Costa Rica, it's incredibly hard for you to get a job because they hire Costa Ricans. And I think there's even laws against hiring people who are not from the country to keep as many people from Costa Rica employed as possible. And they're not the only one like that. You can't just go into every country and buy up land. There's countries where they say, if you're not a citizen of this country, why the hell will we be selling you land here? That's just the weird thing to me. An amendment allows visa holders to own one home, but such landowners must register with a state agency. The bill also establishes criminal penalties for knowingly selling land in violation of the new regulations and a mechanism for land to be forfeited to the state. And this is in a response to Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, saying China is gobbling up land. And he suggested it could be a national security threat.
Well, I mean...
As he meets with the Japanese leaders?
This would be... He was in Japan recently, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was all over the place.
But he would... this would kind of line up with him banning all the Chinese apps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ban TikTok.
All the TikTok, ban all that stuff.
The thing that stands out to me is this is more obvious down south. In Fort Lauderdale or Miami, a lot of times there will be apartment buildings, big, tall apartment buildings, and they'll basically be like zombie apartments. Mm-hmm. Why? Because a developer has built this beautiful, brand new luxury apartment building. And then what they do is they advertise in like very luxurious and fancy magazines in Brazil, right? So they go to Brazil where the areas where people are wealthy in Brazil, and they know that a lot of those people are buying property in Miami. And they'll end up selling a whole building all to Brazilians. People who live in Brazil will gobble up all the units to this high rise, and they won't even be there. So you have buildings that are fully bought out, and everybody has purchased everything, but there's not anybody really living there.
Oh, gosh. Imagine if you were like the one non-Brazilian that bought a place there, and you just have it made. There's no neighbors. You can make as much noise as you want.
Yeah. You go to the pool, though, and it's a sight to be seen right there. Well, the Brazilians, have you ever seen a Brazilian beach? Oh, man.
I thought in this scenario that the place was basically empty because they're not even living there.
The people that would show up, though, would provide some eye candy.
Yeah.
I think, for the folks who showed up there. But you're right. It would be like Home Alone. It would be like you're just you talk to the front desk person.
Like condo building alone.
Because when you get there,
not as much ring there.
You're the only person that they've seen all day. It would just be a strange thing. And now they're trying to restrict some of this. And it's interesting that they're clamping down on this now. But Miami seems to be the target of all of it. We're going to go to you and your dispatches. In fact, let's do that right now. Let's just hear a couple of people and what you got going on. Here is Kill a Seahorse talking about China farmland. Okay?
Hey, news junkies.
Hey.
Yeah, I heard China owns over like 400,000 acres of farmland in America.
Yeah, but 400,000 acres of farmland in America is not that much overall in the scope of how much farmland we have. I don't know how much we have, but I know we have
secret farm.
We have a lot more than that. I don't have the fear of like the Chinese government gobbling up all the land in the United States.
Maybe that's why they're flying those balloons over all these Midwestern area. They're just looking for more farmland.
Google Maps.
It could
gobble up.
Here's that tie-dye chick.
Hey, good day, junkies.
Hey.
So, Sean, when you asked Sabrina if there's a difference in the way she got choked and the way the guy on the subway got choked, there are two different types of chokes, an airway choke and a blood choke. One is more dangerous than the other. And the blood choke stops blood from going to the brain and usually takes about 10 to 20 seconds for the person to go out. And if you hold that choke for a few minutes after the person's already out, it can become fatal. That one, you put pressure on either side of the neck with your bicep on one side and your forearm on the other side of the neck, and apply pressure. The airway choke is more dangerous. It stops there from going to the person's brain, and if you do it too hard, you can crush the other person's esophagus. That one, you kind of normally have your forearm.
So that one's worse.
Throat versus on either side of the neck. So just wanted
I
to
think
give
I
you
got
guys
the
that information. Have
circulation
a great day,
choke.
junkies.
Yeah, the blood one. Yeah, because
I think I got the blood one, but obviously my sweet Vinny let go.
Like your neck was in like the elbow area,
the
crevice of your arm right there where your elbow.
If you guys
is.
want to see it, Sabrina Real Radio Chokeout YouTube.
It's up
You'll
there
find it
for all to see forevermore. One more. Let's see. We're gonna do Jay Ryan with a dispatch.
Hey, junkies. My dad drove a bunch for work. He would drive hundreds of miles a day. He worked for a pest control company before he retired, and the girls would schedule him so he would be in Deltona and then Davenport and then UCF. He was just driving to the four corners of Central Florida every single day. And real quick, the Ozempa thing, since it controls impulses, have they thought about using it for pedophiles or sex offenders? Or, if it controls impulses, I think that would logically possibly be able to use for that. Anyways, have a great day, guys.
Super interesting question. We talked about this Ozempic drug that a bunch of rich people were trying to use to lose weight fairly quickly. It just kind of, because it kicks off your hunger mechanism, your impulse to eat, it makes it so it's easy for you to diet and lose weight pretty rapidly. And that's a shortcut that rich people will pay some extra money for. The shame there being that the drug is intended for a different market, people who have diabetes. And there's been at least some reports that it's been hard for those people to get access to the drugs because of the recent spike in popularity, that people have been gobbling these things up. But then we had a report, a study that I was talking about, where it said that it wasn't just about hunger. Like, this Ozempic drug could reduce impulse control for almost everybody. So people who are gamblers would take it and they would no longer have the drive to gamble. People who had trouble controlling their anger and emotions would take it, and they would no longer have impulse issues with their anger and outbursts. And you would, in a way, but
were they happy? I mean, it sounds like you're just turning them into
zombies,
drones.
That's what I was saying. Like, you can make it so everybody was very just calm and relaxed, and nobody had a lack of impulse control, and there were less crimes and all this. But then everybody is just kind of drone.
Boring.
Yeah, they're like a bunch of drones out there. And he's saying, could you do this for people who are into, like, child porn and stuff like that? And it might work. I don't know that they've had enough of an audience to test this out, but it could work. I mean, the wild thing is the chemical castration drug that they give people is not what most people think it is. Most people think they're giving you some sort of drug, and it's like chemically removing your genitals to stop people from doing these things that they do when they're arrested for crimes against children. That's not what happens. It just completely eliminates your sex drive and makes it so you can't function sexually. If you stop taking them, you actually can go back to where it was, or at least close to that.
Get uncastrated?
You could get unchemically castrated. I believe that could be kind of reversed. Okay, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? The writer's strike continues, and so do the contradicting reports of Jimmy Fallon's response to that. This weekend, Seychelles will definitely respond to this. Google Android users are waking up very late to work, thanks to the Pixies. Plus, Kate Bush is running up the hall. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that is. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Holding your virtual hand as the world crumbles. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. We have another warm day ahead. Afternoon highs reaching the mid, if not upper 80s. The sun will be shining bright, likely not a cloud in the sky today. We remain dry and warming through your Friday, but rain chances will arrive back in the forecast by this weekend. Have a great rest of your day. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
You probably already know that Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. But now we have a chance for you to earn $5,000. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you the keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. However, if you listen to Real Radio on our free iHeartRadio app, you can earn $5,000. Always remember, if you get the call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
And now, everybody who's fueled by your local Circle K. There's flower shop owners, neighborhood bakers, awesome food truck sandwich makers, gearheads, mighty motorheads, farmers and their farmsteads, life-saving physicians and head-banging musicians. That guy who helped you change your choices. The people we rely on every day are fueled by Circle K. Every single day, fueled by Circle K. O'Reilly.
Improve visibility and save $8 instantly when you pick up a pair of Bosch Icon wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Bosch Icon Premium Blades can help you see better and drive safer. And our professional parts people will install them for you for free. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Shoppers, this is your local sweet corn farmer letting you know that Florida sweet corn is in season. Grown right here by farmers just like me. These golden cobs of sunshine are already in the produce section, waiting to go home to your family's dinner table. For all your local grown in-season foods and ingredients, ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com. And happy eating. Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing True as One checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truest One checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Just come out. The man when you're in trouble, car accidents, slips and falls, he's the only one that you should call. Just come out. When you're injured on the go.
Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates, it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for Fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
The biggest horse race of the year is here, and there's no better time to get in on the action with FanDuel Racing, because right now all customers can get a no-sweat derby bet up to $20. That means you'll get up to $20 back if your win bet doesn't win. The FanDuel Racing app is super easy to use, safe, and secure, and when you win, you get paid fast. So don't miss out. The Derby is coming up this Saturday. It's the most watched horse race in the world and the longest continuously running sports event in the country. Get in on the excitement and tradition of the Run for the Roses this Saturday. The FanDuel Racing app has all the horse racing action. Visit racing.fanduel.com/DerbyFL for your chance to get a no-sweat Derby bet up to $20 on FanDuel Racing. That's racing.fanduel.com/DerbyFL. Age and residency restrictions apply. Offer valid on first Derby win wager. Refund issued in non-withdrawable racing site credit that expires on 6/12/23. Restrictions apply. See terms at racing.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
just a moment. All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And you know this, friends, but let me just tell you again, for the folks who are newer around here, if you miss any of the show, you go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com, and over there you can see all the links that you need to subscribe to the podcast in various different ways, including iHeartRadio, which we hope you do because they pay the bills around here, and I think it's a great app. That's how I listen to this stuff. Maybe you will too. If you listen another way, that's fine. Get those links over at thenewsjunkie.com. Make sure you create an account while you're over there so you can participate on the show. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
They took a piece of my penis.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Dawn, thatmortgageguydon.com, and the Home Loans Radio Show. Refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation. Perhaps you just want to talk to a real nice guy. Go to thatmortgageguydon.com. Get the process started today. And that includes talking to nice guys. It was 64 years ago, 1959, the very first Grammy Awards were held. Do you remember watching that on TV, Sean?
I was not alive at that point in time.
There were two simultaneous, untelevised ceremonies in L.A. and New York, which
really?
seemed like a scheduling nightmare.
Yeah. So the
be
first
honest.
ones weren't even on TV, huh?
No. They didn't think the recording artist would
So
want
they
to travel to get the award, so they just did both at the same
They
time.
brought half the Grammys to New York and half to L.A. and said, just go to wherever's
Yeah.
closer.
And then we'll send out a press release. But the record of the year, the very first one ever, Volare, an Italian guy by the name of Domenico Mondongo.
Oh, I love Domenico Mondongo.
Yeah, sing a little bit of
Isn't
it.
Volare pretty popular?
It's a Volare. It's a little more complicated than that, but you get the gist of it.
Best country performance was Tom Dooley by the Kingston Trio. Sean, hit it.
Tom Dooley.
Okay, so they all sound the same.
You just sing the name of the song.
The Chipmunks song won for best recording for children.
I won't be doing that.
And best comedy performance, and the best and the best R&B performance was this song.
Tequila. This is not R&B.
Screams
to me.
R&B.
This is
You
rhythm
don't want to
and
make
blues?
a baby to this?
I don't even see how they work it into the category.
I mean, what category would it be in, though?
I don't know.
On modern day Grammys.
It's such a unique song. I would kind of say rock and roll, I think.
Yeah,
back
I could see
then-
it. The Champs.
Back then,
rock
this was
and roll.
that was a rock and roll song.
Perfect timing.
Don't mind the blower.
He's not on strike, but the Writers Guild is. No, it's just a fight song. Like, we're not going to take it anymore. Jimmy Fallon, turns out he is going to help his staff get through the writer's strike.
Yeah.
Employees of The Tonight Show and Seth Meyers' Late Show will be paid for the next 2 weeks by NBC. I already saw on my boob tube list. It's like all repeats until the foreseeable future.
Yeah, everybody went into repeat mode. This is hardest hitting the late night shows first, and that became clear right off. And then Saturday Night Live was like, maybe we're going to do something. Nope, that one shut down too.
Staff will also have guaranteed health insurance through September. Very
All right.
fun. Now, as far as opinions on the strike, according to a new poll, 58% of Americans either somewhat support or strongly support the writers, while 15% somewhat oppose or strongly oppose them.
Well, one of the things they're asking for, I thought seemed totally fair. And I don't know if you guys saw this at
streaming?
all. Well, the streaming thing seemed totally fair, too, because they're getting screwed there. They're used to doing things on the TV broadcast model, and then streaming was seen as like, oh, yeah, and this other thing. But now streaming's huge. But the thing that I agreed with them the most on was AI. And they're really focused on artificial intelligence in this negotiation. They said, we don't want the studios to be able to use things like Chat GPT to write an episode of a show, and then the writers would go in and like tighten it up, and that wouldn't count under their contract.
Dang, that would suck too.
That wouldn't count?
No.
Screw that.
It's like all uncharted territory.
It was originally reported when this all started, that one of Jimmy Fallon's employees tweeted out that Jimmy doesn't appear to be supporting his staff at all. Maybe that's why he's now saying, I'm in full support, and then laughs a lot. Now, meanwhile, Jay Leno had brought, wait for it, donuts to the striking writers. Nice guy.
Nice dude.
And Rob Lowe and Natasha Lyonne were both spotted in the picket line at Paramount. So
he did that recently? Is he still recovering from that burn?
No, he's fine now.
Yeah, it's a bad luck there for a while.
Yeah. The Wikipedia says that Tequila, the song by the Champs, is a Latin-inspired surf instrumental. It's surf music.
Okay.
But I think
There's no surf category in the Grammys, though, is there?
No, but I think at the time that surf music was popular, it was just rock and roll. That was, or pop maybe.
Is Bird is the word? Is that a surf song?
Bird.
Let's see. Wait, no, that's it's not called Bird is the word. It's called
Surf and Bird.
It's called Surf and Bird. So it's got to be surf music.
Hate that song.
And Android users might hate this song after a big old glitch.
Oh, where is my mind? The Pixie.
Where is my mind is correct, and the Android police have revealed an interesting glitch in Google Assistant's alarms that have been happening with the Pixie song Where's My Mind, because the opening, he goes, stop.
Oh.
And it was turning people's alarms off.
Really?
Yeah. The trouble began when Google rolled out the feature where users could say stop or snooze versus saying, hey, Google. I didn't want to set off anybody. Yesterday, you had mentioned, you said, hey, Echo.
Yeah.
And I got a bunch of emails and texts saying, like, Sean just set off my Echo.
Man, I named it Echo on purpose so I could get less of the damn
You
things.
should use computer, because that's the one that people use the least.
I'll do that. I'll change it over to that.
Some users found that their alarms didn't go off, and one Redditor's research revealed why, using Pixie's Where's My Mind from their Spotify playlist as a shuffled music alarm, which I find to be a really cool feature.
You can have it change every single time. I like that too.
I have
It'd be like the old school
DMX, the DMX word.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that really wakes me up.
That's an
quick.
aggressive wake up.
And then they also
wait. You have
Party
Rough
Up?
Riders Anthem. Wouldn't that turn off your alarm as well?
No, because I have an Apple phone.
Oh,
like a real American.
Stop.
Now, they also tried it on other songs that have stop in the phrases, such as MC Hammer's "You Can't Touch This," Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby, Jane's Addiction's "Stop," the Hollies "Stop, Stop, Stop," the Supremes "Stop" with exclamation
There's
point.
a lot of stop songs.
Queen's "Don't Stop Me Now." They were among the songs tested, but only the Pixies track seemed to trigger the app to shut down the alarm.
That's weird.
But the Pixies one, there's no music behind it. It's a very clear voice. It's not being sung. It's being said. It's concise.
Now, this is
Is that
the
how you tell me
opposite.
to shut up because you're trying to keep going?
A company called Finance Buzz is looking to hire someone to do the opposite of stopping. You go, and watch all of the movies in this franchise.
Fast and the Furious?
Fast and Furious is right. You have to act as claims adjuster. They're going to pay that person $1,000 to track the damages in all 10 movies, including Fast 10. Fast X.
Very important stuff.
Yeah, that includes, also feel like you could ask ChatGPT.
Right.
But $1,000 still will help somebody out. It includes what cars are involved, the number of accidents, the extent of the damage. Finance Buzz will use the findings to estimate the impact that crashes have on insurance costs to see if the number of wrecks have increased or decreased over the years. I'm horny. You guys?
Yeah, it's exciting.
It'd be hilarious if they did all this work, or they paid all this money for these people to do the work, and their findings were that you could not make insurance claims on any of these things because they were involved in illegal street racing.
Ah, good point.
Take that.
Wait, isn't the new one in space, too?
I don't know. I'm so out of
There's
the loop
no
on
insurance
that.
in space. So.
Well, are they over 10? Is there more than 10 of the Fast
I think
and the Furious?
this new one coming out is the 10th one.
That's crazy.
Big congratulations. They're out. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced their class of 2023, and there are 13. The category, the performers category, includes this gal.
Oh,
Kate
yeah,
Bush.
yeah.
Kate, I'm sorry, you said, yeah.
I just landed on it mentally, and I was about to say the name.
Kate Bush is right. Sheryl Crow, Missy Elliott. Good News fan vote. It went through. George Michael.
All right.
Willie Nelson, Rage Against the Machine, and the Spinners.
Do you think that Kate Bush would be in this list?
If not for Netflix?
Not for Stranger Things?
Maybe.
I don't know.
This has been big for her, though.
My next thing is
I know there are going to be a bunch of people like, Kate Bush has been big in this.
But not like this.
But, yeah.
Chaka Khan is being recognized, but for musical excellence, the award for that. Elton John collaborator Bernie Taupin, songwriter Al Cooper as well. DJ Kool Herc, will also receive the Musical Influence Award. And the Soul Train creator Don Cornelius will be receiving an award as well. Ceremony.
What award is Don Cornelius getting?
Why you do that to me? I obviously skipped it for a reason. So I don't
What
butcher
is it? What's the award?
Amit Erdogan, the guy that he was
F you, C-Lane.
He was the producer that like discovered Ray Charles, and he was huge.
Okay.
Ahmet Erdogan. Next year when I go to announce this, I'm still going to forget it. November 3rd in Brooklyn. But these are all the people that have been omitted. Glaring omissions. And it goes a little something like this. Hit it. Bryan Adams, still not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Damn
America, Anthrax, Bad Company, Blue Oyster Cult, Boston, Joe Crocker, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Foreigner, this band right here, this band right here.
Rock Lobster.
B-52.
Yeah.
B-52 is right. Peter Frampton, the Guess Who, which is a spinoff of The Who.
I don't know if they're related.
Not
Hole
related.
in Excess, Iron Maiden, Jane's Addiction, Korn, Lenny Kravitz, Huey Lewis, and the Mother Effing News.
That's not their official name.
Meatloaf.
May God rest his soul. Poor Meatloaf. Not making it into the Rock Hall this year.
The Monkees, Motley Crue, Motorhead, New York Dolls, Weird Al Yankovic, Weezer, Tool,
Man.
Thin Lizzy, Styx, Stone Temple Pilots, Steppenwolf, Soundgarden, Slayer, and the list goes on and on. Also, this man, still not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Where is my...
Crazy. Oh, Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy is right, and despite not being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he still has no plans to retire from performing live, even if it means being wheeled on stage.
Look at him go.
And I love it. In an interview with Metal Hammer, says doing a live show is what I live for. I've got to do more gigs, even if I have to get someone to wheel me out there. You can't retire from this game. It's not a job. It's an effing passion. Here's more of what he said.
That's true.
He also admitted to having his fair share of
Good
bad
get on that
performances. Yeah. He said there have been times when his voice has gone out, but he continued to perform anyways. The kids would rather see you being bad than go home. And I feel like Ozzy Osbourne is one of the few that could say that.
Yeah.
Because there are some people who I love very much, and I had to leave their show early.
Who was this recently?
Yeah, it was.
Whose concert was it?
Patty Griffin.
Patty Griffin.
Patty Griffin is a legend.
She in Family Guy? Who's Patty Griffin?
Oh, Peter. No, she's like country folk. Please Don't Let Me Die in Florida is one of my favorite songs by her.
Is she just a little out of her prime?
It was pitchy. But she was there with Nico something that other people were there to see. But I was there to see Patty, and then unfortunately I had to leave.
Oh, that's
Nico is?
You're just full of the jokes today.
You guys gonna fight here, or what we got going on?
Someone who is also making a comeback.
Metallica.
Yes, but the former bassist of Metallica, Jason Newsted, he now has a new project by the name of, you guessed it, Newsted.
Okay, that's easy enough to remember.
He's going to perform for the first time in nearly a decade, May 20th at Revolution Live in Fort Lauderdale. Have you been there, Sean? I used to go there all the time in high school.
I've been there. Yeah, it's a cool place.
He plays bass, sings in the project. He was one of the original members of Metallica back in 2001. He had left, but he was inducted, unlike Meatloaf, into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, what's really cool, and I love this tie-in to it, is that the guitarist for Newsted is the husband of one of our greatest listeners.
Really?
Kata Moonstar.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is a little bit of their music.
Sounds Metallica-like.
It does.
Big drums.
Might be a longer intro
Sounds like
than
that.
I anticipated.
It just sounds exactly like Metallica.
I'll take the opportunity, though, to tell you, our West Palm listeners, Real Radio 92.1, they're giving it out on the website. As I was Googling more information, I could see Real Radio 921.iheart.com/promotions. You can actually enter to win tickets to go rock out with Jason Newsted.
Awesome.
So, May 20th, Revolution Live. How cool. On the Boob Tube, we got the series premiere of Butt Kiss on Peacock. That's with Pete Davidson. First season finale of Animal Control on Fox. Call Me Cat with Hollywood Brad on Fox as well. Celebrity Prank Wars has Ludacris and Lil Jon. And like I said before, Writer's Strike, all repeat for the late night shows. Follow your dreams. Me on Instagram, at Sabrina Ambra. Happy birthday, Looney, my cat.
Aww.
11 years old. And most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. So much to get to on the show. We're just getting started here. When we come back, there is some new frightening stuff to know about AI. We've had a lot of that this year. Jamie Foxx is finally speaking out. What's he saying? This is a whole mystery condition. I hope he's all right. But what is he saying? We'll learn that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on State Road 414 heading westbound at Eden Park Avenue. The left lane is blocked. There's congestion on Florida's Turnpike heading northbound between State Road 50 and North Hancock Road, exit 278. Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you can expect delays heading eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
Stop by your neighborhood Petco to save on your pet's favorite brands like Blue Buffalo, Iams, Wholehearted, and Purina Pro Plan. And when your pet needs to see a vet, Petco Vet Services can take care of vaccinations, flea, tick, and heartworm prevention, and more. Don't forget, your pet always wants to look their best, so make a grooming appointment while you're there. You'll get every 8th groom free when you unlock the grooming perk in our app. Visit your nearest Petco or go to petco.com to start saving on all your pet's needs.
If you love Florida and you love fun, it's time you went fishing. Because fishing, fun, and Florida just seem to go together. But first, be sure to get your fishing license. It's easy. Just visit fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com. And before you know it, you'll be more relaxed than you can even imagine. Casting away your worries and reeling in the fun. So go to fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com to get your license. That's fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Get top deals on everything you need to freshen up your yard, like the Cobalt 24-volt string trimmer and leaf blower combo kit, only at Lowe's. Was $199, now just $149. Plus, get your lawn in shape with up to $15 off select Scott's Easy Seed Lawn Repair Mixes. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Scott's offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
The podcast, Silenced, The Radio Murders, explores the unsolved homicides of 3 disc jockeys in Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood. It's an investigation that exposes corruption and drug trafficking, painting a portrait of Miami as a forward operating base for the CIA.
They were using their newfound freedom and the radio airwaves to ignite a revolution. That's when the killing started.
Listen to Silenced, The Radio Murders on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Summer's almost here. Time to get swimsuit ready for the pool parties and beach vacations. And for the confidence to look your very best, get RM3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss. RM3 works on your belly, hips, and thighs, attacking unhealthy fat and reshaping your body, all while helping you lose up to 20 pounds or more per month. There's simply no faster way to get swimsuit ready than with RM3. It's safe and effective for men and women, and it's all natural, so it won't make you nervous or jittery. RM3 helps overcome issues that cause weight gain, like a slowing metabolism, hormone imbalance, or menopause. This patented medication is available only by prescription, and you can only get it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. So trust the experts at Red Mountain Weight Loss for programs that are doctor supervised and highly successful. Lose weight and look great, just in time for summer with RM3. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone right now and use the keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. That's pound 250 keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Hey, Monster fans, Russ here. You know what is really scary? Utility rates. So let's talk about solar. You may have seen solar popping up all over the place. Well, there's a good reason. One is utility rates are rising. Two, government incentives can dramatically lower the cost to solar. So if you want to go solar, call Solar Source. Monster fans get special access to their new solar estimate tool. Visit solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
I like to cook on the Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassey's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories. They even have a classroom set up to teach you all the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassey's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee. So it's Wassey's Meat Market. Check them out on Instagram or just go to their website, Wassey'sMeatMarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassey'sMeatMarket.com.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Oh, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%, so we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym, and I'm gonna put in 166.7% effort too.
Aw, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. MONEY, money. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
It is appreciated. You can always learn more about the show at thenewsjunkie.com. Create an account there and set us a dispatch to join us on the show today. I'm thinking about just walking out of the studio and leaving right now. I'm thinking about just ditching.
Why would you do that?
I'm hurt.
What happened?
I'm emotionally hurt right now, and it's something that was unexpected. I was just researching this thing for us to be able to talk about it on the show, and there's this new service out there, and it's called Hot Chat 3000. I'm not kidding. That's really what it's called. And remember when we talked on the show the other day, and we were ranking ourselves? Well, Sabrina didn't. She copped out. But
Mhm.
Celine and I, we rated ourselves.
Right.
Celine gave himself, I think, a 6.5.
6.5, yeah.
Used to be a 7, he said.
So it used to be 7.5.
And I said, I'm a 6. And I think people overrank themselves many times. Maybe we're underranking if we want to make ourselves feel better. But I go over to this thing to look at it so I could tell everybody about this Hot Chat 3000. And you upload a photo of yourself or take one from your webcam, and it ranks you. And it gives you your 0 out of 10 or 1 out of 10. It gave me a 3.4.
You can chat with other threes.
You can only
Why'd you
chat.
upload that picture, Sean?
I had to do it through my webcam. I had to duck down because of how it is in the studio. And it gives you a hotness level 1 out of 10. And you can only chat with people who match your hotness level on this website.
That's not how it works.
That's how it works here. And now I'm stuck with 3.4s.
Start chatting. Dare you?
Oh, I don't want to because it was just going to be with another 3.4. It's going to be an Uggo chat.
Well, let's see.
And nothing good comes of that. You guys can do this yourself. Go to hotchat3000.com.
Did you?
Oh, they're showing me the other threes. All these people. Good God.
Did you? Are you in? Okay.
It says,
you're not.
type your message below. You're now chatting with a 3.2. Okay.
Sup, girl?
Hello, 3.2. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, you guys could do this too. I probably should have
I'm
loaded
not
in a
doing
better
this
photo.
too. No way.
Stand away from any ranking whatsoever. What if it gives you a 10 like the audience did? It might say you're stunning, and then you get to chat with 10s, and then maybe you'll meet the person of your dreams right now.
On Hot Chat 5000. What is it called?
It's Hot Chat 3000.
3000.
It's from those Mischief guys or whatever, Mischief, MSCHF, this marketing group in New York that does all this kind of art collective stuff. It works. And I'm like seeing the person chat with me right now. But how brutal. I'm in the 3s. Oh, God, 3.4. And this person's trying to talk to me. He says, haha, are you there? What do I do now? Yes, I am here. I don't want to really talk to
and then say, and live on the radio, we're talking about you.
They left me. They disconnected
Wow.
with me.
Thousands of people.
Chat fast enough.
Also, because I'm just a 3.4. I'm not good enough to even keep around right now.
It's still determining how hot I am.
It takes a little while. It spins and it takes a little while.
There's a lot of people trying to sign up for Hot Chat 3000.
Did you put in a friendly photo, like a real nice one?
I did. What you did. Same
if
thing.
you get higher than a 3.4, I'm leaving the studio right now. I'm marching up and out of here.
Wow.
I mean,
saying a lot. What you feel
wait, hold on,
about it,
hold on. Technically, I said 6. You said 6.5. So I have to give you 0.5 on top of me.
Okay.
So if you get higher than a 3.9, I'm raging.
Yeah, but both of you guys together, it's almost an 8.
If you get over 8, I'm leaving. I'm out of the studio.
I mean, I think that you would have gotten a higher score had you not been like wooga with your photo.
I had to go like this.
Yeah, but do like a do a nicer picture.
I don't think anything can help me. I think that
this takes a long time.
Does. I think you're right. I think a lot of people are trying it out right now. Are you going to give it a whirl, Sabrina? Or are you,
I don't know. I mean,
it hurts.
I'm in a particular spot right now. I don't need a computer to tell me.
It says we're living in a brave new world where even our hotness level can be determined by AI, and a new website wants to expose just what we're getting ourselves into. It's the Hot Chat 3000 website. And it says, when a user enters Hot Chat 3000, they're asked to upload a picture of themselves as electronic music hums in the background. The picture is analyzed and given a hotness rating. Is that it right there?
That's the electronic music humming?
This seems like such a scam.
It's just a marketing thing.
How much of your data is being stolen right now?
Maybe all of it. It says that in turn dictate who the user can chat with. So a user who earns a score of 5.4 will be matched with another person who scores between 5 and 5.9. They said their system at Hot Chat 3000 relies predominantly on CLIP, C-L-I-P, a large machine learning model from OpenAI. Oh, of course they're involved in this. The OpenAI people back into the situation. Third Floor Smoke on YouTube says, I liked Hot or Not. Let the people decide. Yeah, this isn't even democratic. They're just letting AI decide. And I can understand. Maybe that's why this is happening this way. Maybe the computers know that I'm against robots and I'm worried about the robot uprising. So henceforth, they gave me a lower score and put me in the ugly bin so I could only chat with 3s, which only lasted but a second or two. Celia, let me know what your score is when they churn that out for you. It does take a while over there. Mine was like at least a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, we'll get an update.
It's weird because I could see it immediately.
Yeah, you I almost cursed at you. I almost dropped an MF right at you, but we would like to keep our job. So I would like to keep my job. I'm not going to do that. We're still keeping an eye on Jamie Foxx, Hollywood superstar, multi-talented Jamie Foxx.
Host of Beat Shazam.
Is he still the host of that?
Not, well,
Oh,
Nick
not right
Cannon
now.
is going to be replacing him in the time being.
Yeah, because there's something that happened. They said it was a medical
get some more diaper
complication.
money.
They said he was not doing well. I think at one point they said, give him your prayers, keep him in your prayers, his family put out there. And it says it still remains unclear what caused Fox to receive medical attention.
I can't believe that they have kept that under wraps.
Usually it gets out by now.
Yeah.
At the time of his hospitalization, he was in Atlanta, Georgia, filming Back in Action, an action comedy for Netflix that also features Cameron Diaz, Glenn Close, and Andrew Scott.
Wait, Cameron Diaz?
Yep, she's doing her big comeback.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And there was like a lot of problems in fighting on the set of this movie. There was a bunch of drama there. And then now this. And they said the shoot has continued in his absence with the use of stunt and body doubles.
And AI.
He finally has said something. Jamie Foxx went to his Instagram account. He did not. He said, appreciate all the love, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Feeling blessed. So if we're to believe that he himself posted that on his Instagram, perhaps he's feeling a little bit better about things.
He's feeling blessed.
Feeling blessed about things. Some sort of emergency that they have not really mentioned just yet. Still no update from your AI judge of your attractiveness?
No.
Ryan?
No.
You're going to get it. You're going to get
churning and burning here.
I think you're going to get double me, and I'm going to be real angry about this.
I bet he put, he did a sexy face, duck lips.
No, did you
something
do
like
anything
that.
special with your pose as you looked in?
I was trying to do like a
Angle?
nice pose
Yeah.
or whatever. Not like smile too goofy, but not like be too boring.
You didn't want to have a flat face.
The thing was, there was a countdown, and then it just sat at 1 for a while.
Uh-huh.
I feel like they're trying to trick you into looking at an ugly face.
Right, then you make some stupid face thinking the photo's
Yeah,
over.
like you did.
Yeah, then I got a 3.4. I'm a 3.4 for the rest of my life now. I'm stuck at this.
Can't you just reload the website?
They're
Check another
trying it
picture?
right now. I should. Bootsy Moonshine on YouTube says, LOL, I'm the hottest in here. I got a 7.4.
Make sure it didn't happen, Boots.
Exactly.
Alicia says she got a 6.7. Eddie got a 2.8. That's brutal, Eddie. I'm sorry about that. The Drunken Mailman got a 4.5. And all of these people got it while C-Lanes was processing. Maybe this is really taking some time to take in all your beauty, C-Lane.
I don't think they're telling the truth here.
They're going through
Some
all
of
your
these people.
pixels. They're trying to see just how attractive you are. All right, let's go over to you. Let's work in some of you beautiful folks with your dispatches and see what you have on your mind right now. And here's I'm a PC chiming in.
Sean, going by what you said earlier in the week, you're a 6 with your job, so the math checks out that you are a 3 without any other information.
Ah, I see. He's saying because I have a job where I get to do radio stuff, it gives me some bonus points, but attractiveness without any of that would bring me all the way down to the 3.5, which he thinks is fair. I hate you, and I'm deleting your dispatch right now.
You already played it, though.
But
doesn't matter if you delete it.
History-wise,
Okay.
History-wise, wiped from the history books.
Nobody will remember this.
Here's D-Dub-D with the dispatch.
Happy today, junkies.
Hey.
Sean, you just made my day. I just tried that hot chat 3000 thing, and I just put just a regular mediocre picture, and I scored a 7.1,
So he's
baby.
gonna get a 7.2,
And
man.
I think I'm more in the 3 area, but hey, you made my day. This is awesome.
You know what? Maybe it's backwards, and that's the prank.
Oh, yeah.
Hot people get real low
That's it for
scores
sure.
to bring them back down to earth, and then really ugly people get real high scores.
You calling that guy ugly?
No, he's beautiful and all, but I'm just
calling that guy beautiful.
This is can't win here. This is wishful thinking on
Just
my
say no
part.
homo.
Let's go over.
I think we're allowed to.
She is. Let's go over to Swilly with a dispatch.
Hey everybody, happy today.
Hey.
So congratulations once again, C-Lane, on your little baby on the way.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Luna. 11
Thank
years
you.
old, aging like a fine wine. I've got a cat. His name is Roadkill, and he's about 10.
Roadkill.
I don't know when his birthday is though, because I just found him on the side of the road. But C-Lane. So for the kid, I feel like because
Not
Dad's
naming it Swilly.
B-Lane, you're C-Lane, the kid should have a name that starts with D, so everybody could call them D-Lane. I don't know.
Thoughts?
D-Lane.
You're the first person to think of that.
Yeah, nobody's ever mentioned that. That hasn't come up before. D-letter names. There's probably some good ones out there, but I don't know if that's going to land, Swilly. I am really upset that nobody who's posted their score so far has been lower than me. Ryan on YouTube got a 5.1. Sea-Lane still hasn't even gotten
I really do think that if you redid your picture, that it would not be as bad.
All right, I'll try it.
Because yours was like, I don't know if there's a camera angle for it, so I'll go grab it. But it's the same picture that is that gift that I gave you of your head in a jar.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, that doesn't scream ready to date.
Oh no, I'm locked in now.
Oh.
I'm locked
Do
into
incognito browsing.
I think I'm stuck with it. It says there's 113,000 people online right now, Sea-Lane, so that's probably
Is
why.
it by location at all?
I think it's just
Like
everybody.
you meet your love that lives in Alaska?
Yeah, I think they just put everybody together based on your actual numbers. And they show you like celebrities and what they have. Steve Buscemi has a 3.5. I have a lower score than Steve Buscemi.
Oh, that's...
I'm just barely higher than Danny DeVito at 3.2.
Danny DeVito gets some pee.
This is hurtful. I don't know what to do with myself. Shy Shoe got a 7.9.
Courtney's going to be home soon, and she's going to make you feel hot again.
No, she's not going to come home. She's going to be like, I'm not going back to the 3.4. Well, this guy's a loser. I'm out of here. All right, we'll see what you got. We'll take your dispatches. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. BDMX Con says Ed Sheeran won. Is that just coming in? I didn't see that.
Yeah,
out there.
jury finds Ed Sheeran did not wrongfully copy
He's not
Marvin
going to
Gaye's
stop his
song.
career.
Yeah, so now he doesn't quit music. We'll get into some of the details.
Maybe the jury heard that he would quit music, and they're such Ed Sheeran fans. They're like, we cannot do this to the world.
That's interesting, actually, to toss on the Mo list. Like, is he in any way interfering with the jury if he makes threats about what he will do based on their verdict?
I mean,
he
easy
did
answer
sing
is
in front of them, remember?
Yeah, he had his guitar up there.
But this was happening over in the UK, right?
I guess
think so. The court system's different there, but at least in America, a jury's not supposed to watch or look up anything about the trial.
Yeah.
So they should not have seen that.
Well, I've got some of the updates here on the actual verdict that's coming. We'll talk about that in just a moment. In fact, we'll go over what the verdict said in total.
And find out if I'm hot.
And find out if Sea-Lane's hotter than a 3.4. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Facebook may have changed how it looks, but we still remain your source for the content you never knew you needed or wanted. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook, powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for delays due to an accident on State Road 414 heading westbound at Eden Park Avenue. The left lane is blocked. There's congestion on Florida's Turnpike heading northbound between State Road 50, Colonial Drive, and North Hancock Road, exit 278. You can expect your regular delays this afternoon on I-4 westbound between Sand Lake Road and before State Road 535. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Corey Holcomb on May 5th and May 6th.
Fellas, clap your hands if you here with a girl you're going to break up with when you get on your feet.
Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail server, and waitstaff, food runners, and dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Please call us at 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. Sunny, warm, and expected afternoon showers. I am feeling so fine. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop and support our state. See more seasonal produce at followfreshfromflorida.com.
The biggest horse race of the year is here, and there's no better time to get in on the action with FanDuel Racing, because right now all customers can get a no-sweat derby bet up to $20. That means you'll get up to $20 back if your win bet doesn't win. The FanDuel Racing app is super easy to use, safe, and secure, and when you win, you get paid fast. So don't miss out. The Derby is coming up this Saturday. It's the most watched horse race in the world and the longest continuously running sports event in the country. Get in on the excitement and tradition of the Run for the Roses this Saturday. The FanDuel Racing app has all the horse racing action. Visit racing.fanduel.com/DerbyFL for your chance to get a no-sweat derby bet up to $20 on FanDuel Racing. That's racing.fanduel.com/DerbyFL. Age and residency restrictions apply. Offer valid on first Derby win wager. Refund issued in non-withdrawable racing site credit that expires on 6/12/23. Restrictions apply. See terms at racing.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Managing healthcare for yourself, your kids, your aging parents, it's a lot to keep track of everything. Now you have help. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care that's a lot more caring. Here your doctor really gets to know your family's needs and coordinates all their visits, labs, even prescriptions. Plus, you can make same-day appointments or schedule video or at-home visits, all covered by most insurance. It sounds different because it is different. Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
Hardworking Americans like you and me are sick and tired of this brutal stock market. Take ownership of your financial future. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com. Their team of experts buys world-renowned hotel brands like Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt and maximizes profitability for an investable REIT that's open to everyone. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com to see their incredible track record of double-digit returns in the most volatile of times. Past performance is no guarantee of future results.
At Spectrum Business, we believe small businesses, like yours, are the backbone of our economy and the heart of every community. That's why we provide the best value for internet, mobile, business phone, and TV to keep small businesses connected with their customers. To celebrate National Small Business Week, we're offering savings of up to $350 to meet all the connectivity needs of your business. Learn more at spectrum.com/business. Spectrum Business. No nonsense, just business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Do you know the sound Dunkin' Iced makes? Of course you do. It's that sound of the ice randomly yet rhythmically shaking around the cup, creating the soundtrack to a perfect summer. And summer sure does sound good. Try Dunkin' Refreshers, iced coffee, cold brew, and lattes. America runs on Dunkin'.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day, and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Wins out in the plagiarism trial. that he was just facing down. And this was a big deal because this could have had a huge impact on the music industry. From what I could tell, because I read a couple of articles on this yesterday to try to get myself up to speed, they said that there was the big verdict against Pharrell Williams and Robin Thicke, I think, for the Blurred Lines song. And that verdict opened the door for a lot of other people to sue if there was somebody who had a song that sounded very similar to theirs or had the same chord progressions as theirs. Then there was a second trial that went down about Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. And Led Zeppelin won that trial. And they said, oh, this is going to kind of fix the problem and it's going to make things right again in the music industry. And then this came up. And they were like, if Ed Sheeran loses this case, it could be chaos for the recording industry.
Now, wasn't there another song by Ed Sheeran that he just gave the royalties, like, settled, essentially?
I feel like there was something else with him.
Photograph. We talked years ago about that lawsuit.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of these out there, and they said a verdict has been reached in British pop star Ed Sheeran's copyright infringement trial.
And we found this one to be very interesting because it wasn't the estate of Marvin Gaye that was suing him. It was the company that owned 1/3 of that song.
There are 3 people on the writings credit for Let's Get It On, and it was one of those people.
But they bought it.
Marvin Gaye.
I thought it was...
They purchased one of those writing credits. So they purchased the rights to one of those writing credits that wasn't Marvin Gaye. So it wasn't his
You can purchase a writing credit?
I guess so.
That's what I want for my birthday next year. A writing credit.
If Sabrina owns 25% of a song, and it's because she has like a writing credit on or something, she can sell that. Just like
but she can sell her rights to it, but she still wrote it. She's still part writer.
Yeah, but if you get revenue as a result of being that writer, you're selling the access to the revenue.
Yeah, like all the people that are selling their catalog.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's the same thing that they're doing. But you still are going to remain on the track as the writer.
Correct.
In terms of like how, the record goes. The jury reached a unanimous verdict, a requirement in the case after the second day of deliberations. So they were talking about this at least for a little while. He had his guitar on the stand not once but twice, where he would go up there and he would show them, like, here's how I write my songs. They also, as we talked about before, they played that YouTube video, that
Axis of Awesome.
Axis of Awesome, that shows that there's all these songs that have the very same chord progression, and you can switch in and out of them seamlessly. And he did other stuff that I was like, okay, I wonder if he's milking it here. Sheeran said he came up with the song, which he co-wrote with Amy Wage, after the death of a grandfather. The song is about finding love at an old age, he told the court. So he's in there talking about this was for my dead grandfather. And he said he didn't steal the song. He had threatened to quit the music business if he lost this case. So if you hate Ed Sheeran, too bad. He's going to be around for a little bit longer at the least here. And he wins this plagiarism trial, which makes sense to me. I mean, if somebody is going to lose access to their royalties on a song, it better be real clear that they have definitely been influenced by and stolen somebody else's content. So if you could think to yourself, if 2 people were put in different rooms with a guitar who knew how to play the guitar and just every day started writing songs, would there be a chance that those 2 people would come up with a song that was similar, like these 2 songs were similar? And the answer is yes. It's like, of course, you're going to end up with these things that sound the same. And there's no way around that. But this may set things straight a little bit in the copyright world as Ed Sheeran wins this round.
Hopefully it'll calm down. Just calm down a bit. I'm very sorry, Sean.
Well, oh, no. No, I don't even want to know.
You did want to know. You said you wanted to know.
I know, but now with the smirk on his face, I don't want to know. What was it called again?
Hot Chat 3000.
Hot Chat 3000, this website from the Mischief people. And it's a big promotional thing, but it's like getting real popular right now. You put a picture of yourself in or take one with the webcam and it ranks you out of 10. And I said on the show the other day, I'm a 6. I think I'm actually better than that, but I'm trying to put myself in a humble spot here for once in my life. And then I ran the test and they used AI and they said I was a 3.4 out of 10, which hurts. It hurts my feelings. And now I know C-Lane's got his score and a smirk.
Mine also ends in 0.4.
Is it 2.4?
No.
Is it 3.4?
It is not.
Is it 4.4?
No.
Oh, it's going to hurt more. Is it 5.4?
It is not.
Oh, my God. 6.4?
It's 6.4.
Unbelievable. AI says you're almost twice as hot as I am. What the hell is happening in this world? You still don't want to try yours out, Sabrina?
Nah.
What if you got higher than C-Lane?
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I think we're good.
All right.
I would love to see both of you taking men battle it out.
I'm going to go over to your dispatches.
Did you try clicking the button that says re-rank my hotness?
No. Is there an option?
Yeah.
Well, where the hell
Going right back to it. Stop all things.
Hold on.
I don't know if you have access to it anymore.
I know mine's
I'm happy
gone.
with a 6.4.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
I'm just going to start chatting with some other 6.4.
Sup, girl?
Got some chats with some 6s over there while I'm stuck in the 3 world. This is not fair at all. Okay, before we get to your dispatches,
I don't even know if this is a dating thing because it didn't ask me
if you're single or what you're into.
No. Yeah, it didn't ask me who I want to talk to. It's just like, hey, man or woman, you're chatting with people of your same hotness.
Yep. Yeah, we had a little combo, me and the lady who was a 3.2, and it fizzled out very quickly, unfortunately. In New York, there is now an official ruling on things, and New York has become the first state to ban natural gas stoves and furnaces.
Damn it.
In most new buildings. So this will be for new buildings. And it takes effect. It requires all electric heating and cooking in new buildings.
God, that's going to be a mess to try to undo, right? Or just plug it up and hope.
No, just new buildings.
Yeah, just new buildings that are shorter than 7 stories by 2026, and for all buildings taller than that by 2029. It says the state's budget doesn't ban gas in all new buildings. There are exceptions for large commercial and industrial buildings like stores, hospitals, laundromats, and restaurants, for instance. But the impact on new residential buildings could be significant. That accounts for 32% of the planet warming emissions, they said. This is so dumb. I've never seen anything so dumb happen so fast like this. The whole idea that natural gas burners on your stove are bad for you is a complete conspiracy theory. There's no truth to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
There is nothing to this.
This was crafted by Big Electric.
It was. It was literally a report put together by a company that electrifies buildings. So this company goes around in the name of climate change or whatever, and they say that we'll strip all that real bad natural gas out of your house or your condo, and we'll put all electric heating in there. And that's the company that does this. And
let's hope the power doesn't go out.
Strangely enough, they benefit from it. They benefit from all of this happening. I've never seen something so stupid, so knee-jerk in style happen so fast. Gas stoves are not bad for you. Gas stoves are not
Say that to
hurting
Weird
your
Al's
children.
parents.
Gas stoves, unless you leave them on and fill the room up, and then light the match, or pull a Weird Al parent situation. I forgot what they actually did. Just remember the house burning down and his poor parents dying. Just gas killed him off?
Yeah.
Oh, well, unfortunately for him, it was a little more deadly in his situation. But this stuff is not hurting you. It's not doing harm to you. It's not hurting your kids. These are morons.
In fact, you talked about letting the gas fill up in the room and lighting a match. Most ranges or most gas installations after a certain year have ways of stopping that from happening. Even
they have like a sensor.
Yeah, like my grandparents when they moved to Charleston, they got a place that had a gas powered fireplace. You just flicked on a switch and the fireplace, into action.
It's kind of a cool look.
And when it was off, it had a pilot light. And somebody asked, "What happens if the pilot light goes out?" Because they're like, 2 old people.
Yeah.
And they said if the pilot light goes out, there's something that naturally closes that stops the gas from coming out until you have to get it going again.
Well, in this report, which again is a complete conspiracy theory and there's no truth to it, this report said that even in the off position, your kids were being harmed and your family was being harmed by these natural gas stoves.
It was giving the kids asthma or something, right?
Yeah, they said it was giving kids asthma, and there was no correlation, no causation proved in this study. They also did one of the tests in a room with zero ventilation, which is not any kind of real-world scenario, and it's just a lie. It's just not true.
Too late now, though.
No, too late now. They've pushed this through, and now it's part of their budget. And so in New York, you're not going to be able to have in the future any natural gas stoves because of stupidity, because of somebody taking politics and climate change and all that stuff and just making things up. That is really, really frustrating and dumb.
Ain't it America?
So good luck, New York. That's what's happening up there. That from their governor, who seems to be a little bit of a loose screw, Kathy Hochul, and the Democratic lawmakers who control the New York State Senate and Assembly. They approved this whole thing as of Tuesday night. I don't know why Democrats think this is some smart idea. And that's where this is coming from. Like, why would you think politically this was going to be beneficial to you to go after people's gas stoves?
Here's how we're saving America.
Yeah, we're saving the climate, and we're saving everybody from your kids getting some disease or whatever as a result of this. Is so stupid. This is the worst political move I've seen a party do in a while, and I've seen some dumb ones. I've seen some really dumb ones, and here you go. So have fun with that in New York. Hopefully in the state of Florida, we won't follow suit, because that is stupid.
No, we got Disney War to do.
I'd rather have the Disney War than the war on the natural gas. Yes, I would rather have that, because at least...
Because I go to Universal.
At least you can make some kind of truth out of it. Like, Disney did jump into an argument in the culture war, and the whole thing is stupid after that. But at least there's some nugget of something in there. Before all the other stupid stuff happens, this is based on nonsense. I almost just said BS, but this is based on...
You're really about to let loose today.
Wait till you hear me tomorrow.
Yeah, just do it.
Tomorrow I'm going to
get it out for your system.
Full-fledged.
As soon as we go to break, do all the F-bombs.
I'm gonna keep that inside for now. And the White House
That's what a 3.5 would say.
I'm a 3.4. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for the boost, but I don't get that. $140 million in funding, according to the Biden administration, will be granted to 7 new national AI research institutes, bringing the total across the country to 25. This is a good idea, all right? This is the Biden administration doing something good and smart here. AI is happening very fast, and they're saying, we don't understand this. Old man Biden doesn't understand any of this crap. They said the other day that Biden was playing with ChatGPT, and he was really impressed, but he doesn't know the dangers here. So they're setting up some of these independent research institutes to see what they should do about this and if they should put up any barriers in the AI world. It'll be interesting to see what happens with those conversations. Quick break. When we come back, jury duty is coming up. You don't want to miss out on that. Plus, we got a conversation coming up about our discussion yesterday on the future of Pulse, the building, Pulse nightclub, and what is going to happen with that area. The drama behind it seemed to explode pretty quickly and has been simmering for a while, but maybe we could sort through it and see what's actually happening with this interview coming up at the top of the hour. So stay put. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Fresh from Florida.
Florida football coach Billy Napier says he'll host some transfer recruits in the coming weeks after the spring portal closed without any guests. The Rays will have their brooms ready this afternoon when they close their series against Pittsburgh. They'll go for a sweep with Zach Eflin on the mound. And tennis star Emma Raducanu will miss Wimbledon and likely the U.S. Open too because of surgery to both wrists and an ankle. I'm Scott Davidson.
And now, a couple of corny facts. Number 1, Florida sweet corn season ends in June. June? What? Why didn't anybody tell me that it was gonna... It's sweet corn season in Florida. Stop on your way home and get some before it's gone.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Here's another fun fact for you. That mortgage guy, Don, is part of the Real Radio family. That's right. You could tune in every Saturday morning on Real Radio 104.1 and catch the Home Loans Radio Show. Don and his crew, they're answering your questions live. They're pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business because he wants you to know how it works. It can become very complicated and frustrating and confusing when it comes to buying a mortgage, but not when it comes to working with that mortgage guy, Dom. You go to the website right now and you see it is very easy to navigate through. It is chock full of information for you, and any question you have direct access to the man himself. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com and reach out via live chat, email, Zoom call, appointment. Maybe you want to hear your question answered live this weekend on the Home Loans Radio Show. Well, you can do that. And if you want to get right to the process, click Apply Now, fill out the application, and Don's going to review your application today and get back with you with a quote. Start the process today, plain and simple, no spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
"Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis."
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist and ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, Head of Marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I'll pay you $100 for last look. When you're doing a deal at a dealership, take a picture of your deal sheet, send it to givemethevin.com. If we can't beat your trade-in offer, I'll send you a check for $100. We do the same thing with CarMax offers. Can't beat a CarMax offer? Send you a check for $100. Worst thing that could happen is you get $100. Best thing that could happen is you get $3,000 more for your car or your trade. We are America's best car buyer for a reason. We'll see you online at givemethevin.com.
Sell us your car. Givemethevin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Get ready to roll through McDonald's with the crew. Free up those cup holders, because any size, any flavor is the vibe, and you're getting all the drinks. Make it a tasty frozen Coke, a fun frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, a cool frozen Sprite Limonade, a delicious Southern-style sweet tea, or a bold McCafe iced coffee. So many flavors. Any size is just $1.99. There are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, and Limonade are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
When we made our McDonald's Spicy Chicken McNuggets, you were praise hands emoji. Then we ran out, and you were streaming tears emoji. Now they're back, so you can be grinning face with sweat emoji. Order ahead on the McDonald's app.
But they're only back for a limited time, so make like a lightning emoji and get yours fast. Order ahead on the app and get 30% off when you spend $5 or more using mobile order and pay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 4/1/23 through 4/30/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Limited time only. Excludes tax.
It's summer at Racetrack. Open up a bottle of savings with buy one, get one for $1 20-ounce sodas. That's delicious. Racetrack, whatever gets you going. Buy one 20-ounce soda, get one for $1. See store for details and additional limitations.
Listening to this station on your free iHeartRadio app could put $5,000 in your pocket.
No way, are you kidding me?
Open your app and search the station to be instantly qualified for the cash.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all the music, radio, and podcasts you love.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Extreme mood swings, substance abuse, change in sleeping habits, avoiding friends, family, and the things you used to love, suicidal thoughts. These are just a few of the signs of mental illness, and if you or someone you know is experiencing them, research says that talking about mental health has the power to make a person suffering feel less isolated, and we all deserve that. Go to iHeartRadio.com/talk for tips on how to start the conversation. This has been brought to you by NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and iHeartMedia.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
This is kind of wild, actually. We're going to talk with somebody at the top of the hour about this whole controversy with the Pulse nightclub and what they're going to do with it, and whether or not they're going to make some sort of place that is a tribute to what happened that day. I shouldn't say tribute. I guess I should say a memorial to what happened that day. And there's a lot of different groups involved in this, and there's a lot of confusing things that make it hard to find out if this is about greed or something else. Because yesterday the information came out that the folks behind the move to build a memorial here, which is not some small thing. It was going to be very, very expensive. This is a super pricey memorial, very large thing that they were building, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars it would have cost. And the owners of the property are saying that they're not going to sell this off or give this over to this organization. They've also refused several $1 million before. Over $2 million was offered by the city of Orlando to do this years ago. And now their new excuse, which is an interesting one, is it's not us. We're more than willing to do it. It's this third person who is an owner of the Pulse nightclub property. Now, the fact is, this third person that they're bringing up as a shield, like, hey, whoa, we would do it, but not for this person. The third person is like a really good friend of the family and a person that they invest in a bunch of other restaurants with. So it's not like this is some behind-the-scenes stranger who is refusing to sell off this property to this organization. But Sabrina sent me this morning, and I was just reading through some of this stuff because there's a whole nother group that gets involved in this here.
Yeah, they had popped up on my Instagram like during the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I had to go replace all 4 of my tires, surprise.
Yes, yeah.
And they, like, because of Instagram, popped up, and I remember reading about it, and we're going to be talking to City Commissioner Patty Sheehan, and so I had looked that up and realized that they are completely anti of building of anything on there.
Yeah.
And have, I guess, these numbers and documents to back it up.
Yeah, did you email us this or text it to us? I don't have it.
I'll send it to you here, Sealand. This is the website for this place, or you could just go to this, nopulsemuseum.info, nopulsemuseum.info, and I'm on nopulsemuseum.info/research, and they talk about the fact that they don't want there to be a memorial altogether, and don't think this is coming from some, like, anti-gay thought process. This is coming from people who actually are, they're allies of folks who believe in this stuff. But
I know that there are some of the victims' families that would rather not have something like that.
Well, here's an
that was
example.
part of the article yesterday, too, that we read, that they, like, one of the victims' mothers was like, this seems like a business transaction.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people felt like this. And here's what they said. No Pulse Museum. I'm on their Instagram now. Stop the profiting off our tragedy. No Pulse Museum, no gift shop, no executive salaries. For accountability for code violations and a public memorial, they say. So they don't want this to happen at all. And on the website, nopulsemuseum.info/research, they have a lot of stuff where they're laying out their case. They said the commodification of Orlando's mass shooting, turning Orlando's mass shooting into a tourist attraction. They don't want to do these things. Conflicts of interest, bias and misleading information. They even go on to talk about, hey, what we want investigated here is why this place was so unsafe to begin with, and we think that that could have led to a higher death count because of safety issues inside the place. So they're like full-throated against this stuff. Survivor harassment and all that. So a couple other messages from them where we can kind of get a vibe off them. This is Community Coalition Against the Pulse Museum. We want to see the Pulse nightclub building completely torn down. There should be absolutely no possibility for the Pumas to continue to use this site as a money-making spectacle for tourists to gawk at.
Pumas is the owners.
That's the owners, the husband and wife that are 2/3 of the owners of this building. We also want to see a criminal investigation of the Pumas' code violations and unpermitted renovations that hindered the escape and rescue of shooting victims. We hope that a beautiful public national memorial park is built that is maintained by the National Park Service. Now, that's important to know. They're not fully against a memorial. They just don't want one like this. They don't want something that's a profit-making venture. And they bring up other stuff, too. And they bring up some
merchandise?
Well, the merchandise and the gift shops and stuff. But they bring up some stuff that a lot of people don't even have the balls to bring up. And they're exactly right about it. They are talking about...
Picking a side, Sean.
Well, no, I just agree with them on this. Whether or not... I agree with them on all of it so far. I don't think there should be a big for-profit endeavor going on here. I don't think people should be swayed by money when it comes to creating some sort of memorial for the people who died in Pulse. I think that they're right. It should be some big public thing and something that's done tastefully in a way that people can pay memorial to the folks that died and the others affected by this, and not something that's making people rich. I don't like that idea. But they point out in this one, like a meme-style thing, it says response times. This is still like mass shootings and whatnot. 4 minutes was the response time in Louisville. 6 minutes at Club Q, they said. 14 minutes in Nashville. 3 hours at the Pulse nightclub. It's one of those things that people don't say out there. That's an absolute fact. The Orlando Sheriff's Office SWAT team, I'm familiar with them. The Orlando Sheriff's Office SWAT team took an insane amount of time to arrive at the scene and get ready to respond to that event. That's one of those things that people just kind of left. They left that back, and they didn't address that anymore.
Yeah, but they also, you could say they picked and chose. I almost said choose.
Yeah.
It's okay.
What a pro.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing around here.
They picked 3 different incidents that had good response times.
Yeah.
Whereas... if you threw Uvalde into the mix,
Texas shooting we just had.
Would it still have been 3 hours? How was Uvalde still? Uvalde still wasn't even 3 hours. I don't think.
And then
but Uvalde, they like waited around outside for a long time.
Yeah, keep in mind what I'm saying is there were still officers on the scene. It was just before the SWAT team arrived that it took that long.
It was a whole damn mess. I'm very curious to talk to Patty about it. I mean, she has been one of the faces of Orlando and this tragedy. I mean, the day that it happened, and for her to have a statement where she is also angry, about what's going on, that there's a lot to that, and I'm curious to what she has to say about it.
Yeah, I want to hear what her thought process is on what's really going on here, and if she maybe agrees with some of these other folks, because I think they make a great case. I think they're really on top of something here that a lot of people have just left alone. Because we haven't thought about money changing hands and other things that have happened after this tragedy. Another thing, and people they're too uncomfortable to bring these things up. When this event happened, when Pulse happened all these years ago now, there was an investigation into this, and they were trying to determine how many of those killed may have been killed by police gunfire going into the building as opposed to gunfire from the man who was attacking the club. And they squelched that report as much as they can. Far as I know, they still, all these years later, have not released a report as to how many of the people who died at Pulse died because of bullets that were fired from law enforcement weapons. I still do not believe that information has been released, and we just don't talk about it. We just let it go.
I don't think it's the majority, though, Sean.
I don't care if it's the majority or not. How many people died as a result of police responding to this and shooting victims?
From what I understand, died and were severely injured by the wall blowout that they had, because of not figuring out what entrance of Pulse to go in. They blew out a wall like with a bomb,
right?
And people were there hiding,
of course,
and that's what also was a result of some injury.
And I know these are tough, these are difficult conversations to have, but your
tone is giving me half of them could have been killed by the police.
Half of them could have been killed by the police. We have no idea. We don't know if it was one or...
That is a statement, man. Come on.
Is it wrong? Do we know it's wrong? Why would they not release the amount of people who were shot by the police bullets as they were going into Pulse?
Because of the witness accounts. The people that were there that saw the gunmen shooting all of their friends.
Of course. Look. This is you're thinking about this in a different way than I'm presenting it. What I'm saying is, if there was such a botched response to this that many people actually died, more than were going to die otherwise because of the law enforcement response, isn't that information that should be released, that people should hear about?
Absolutely.
I don't think any kind of...
I don't disagree with that.
I don't think any kind of fault on the side of the police in doing this should be just given a once pass, and you go, don't worry about that. This is a weird thing that they just kind of squelched all of that information coming out, and I don't understand why that was done. But we got more important things to get to. And when we talk about the actual things that are happening now with Commissioner Sheehan, I'm interested to see like what she knows, what has been going on with this building, and what she thinks is going to happen next. So we'll get into that. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Maitland Boulevard, State Road 414, heading westbound at Eden Park Avenue. The left lane is blocked. There's congestion eastbound and westbound on I-4 between Sand Lake Road and before State Road 535. You can expect your regular delays on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World.jobs.
We're hiring. Come be a part of the magic at Walt Disney World Resort. Discover full-time and part-time roles, including creative costuming, culinary, lifeguard, and more. Apply today at WaltDisneyWorld.jobs. That's WaltDisneyWorld.jobs.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Together, we're focused on the heart of our community. Through the Heart of Orlando Heartball campaign, we celebrate our collective success in driving change, funding science, and improving behaviors no matter where or how we gather. We come together to achieve something bigger than ourselves. We live fierce and fight for all. The Orlando Heartball takes place at Lowe's Portofino Bay Hotel at Universal Orlando on Saturday, May 6th, starting at 6 p.m. To purchase tickets and for more information, visit magic107.com/heartball.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist and ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Orlando City's next match is on the road as the Lions travel north of the border, taking on CF Montreal on Saturday, May 6th at 7:30 p.m. Tune in on Real Radio 104.1 and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Or join your fellow City fans at Kiwi's Pub and Grill in Altamont Springs for the first official City Pub Watch Party of the season, presented by Heineken Silver.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next, and here's a thought, it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years, and right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order, so every bite is hot and juicy every time, because we love making you a burger that tastes exactly how it should.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger, made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious. To everyone who craves a handcrafted treat, Let our team member Sephora tell you about a Culver's favorite.
We make our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard in small batches all throughout the day. And we mean all day, every day. From our supremely rich shakes and concrete mixers to our freshly scooped dishes and cones, we handcraft every bite to pure perfection. Making you a sweet treat with care is the best part of my day.
Come to Culver's and get a taste of our fresh frozen custard.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassey's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassey's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wasseysmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
Every morning, start your day getting caught up with West 2 News Sunrise.
I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Jason Guy. Here for you with breaking news from around Central Florida.
We want to get back to that breaking news out of Orange County.
Giving you an accurate forecast to plan your day by.
We're also starting off with some cloud cover.
And steering you clear of the backups to make your commute a breeze.
Your travel times out the door are looking pretty good this morning.
Wake up knowing you're ready for today with Jason, Mare, Kellyanne, and Megan. Wake up with West 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
Kelly's all new.
Hello, Clarkson.
Every weekday.
Let's do it, Kelly.
Give your day a little love. Oh my gosh. A little joy.
Happy day.
A little laugh.
Well, I'm really hard of hearing. I can't hear that well.
You're going to fit right in on this show because I'm loud. Give your day a little Kelly.
It's this. This is her name. Oh, yeah.
Weekdays at 3 on West 2, followed by West 2 News at 4.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates, it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Thanks for hanging out with us. You can join us on the show, as always, by recording a dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and record yours right now. You can do it on your phone, your laptop, wherever you are. It's all fine by us and easy for you to do. So last couple of days, we've been talking on and off about this situation with the Pulse nightclub. And essentially, it's like, hey, a lot of time has gone by. This happened back in 2016. There's been all sorts of talk about doing some sort of memorial, but nothing's come to fruition in all that time. And there's a lot of question marks, at least in my head, about why things aren't happening and who is maybe being greedy or not greedy about this, and maybe we'll get down to some of that here. We've got Commissioner Kathy Sheehan. Patty Sheehan, excuse me.
He can't read his own handwriting.
Patty Sheehan, excuse me, joining us on the show. I'm sorry for screwing up your name. But
I've been called worse.
Patty Sheehan, we appreciate you joining us, number one. And I saw some of your quotes in articles about this, and it seemed to me, maybe I'm wrong here, tell me if I'm not being fair with saying this, but it seemed to me like you were pretty fired up about this.
I am fired up about it. And, in true disclosure, I have not been involved with the organization for about 5 years. Mm-hmm. I had my falling out with them years ago. In the spirit of community unity, I had hoped that the One Pulse Foundation would do the right thing by the families. And I didn't want any of my drama with Barbara to get involved with any of that. But you know what Maya Angelou says, when someone shows you their true colors, believe them.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I got a belly full of it, let me tell you. So I walked away from my own sanity. I got some help, and I'm going to tell anybody, if you deal with something as horrific as the aftermath of Pulse, like we were, I just need to walk away from it and get some help. I mean, I was in it, pretty much for 2 years. I helped get the, interim memorial put up, helped get a lot of that donated, worked with some of our, great partners who donated all that, and thank God that interim memorial is the property of the foundation, not Barbara Poma. So that will at least be something that will remain in our, basically the community's, property and stuff like that. It'll be under our control. But yeah, there's a lot going on, man.
That's interesting. I didn't know that was the case.
Well, when you say it's the property of the foundation, Barbara Poma only stepped down from the foundation a month ago, not even? How long was that?
I don't know. I can't remember exactly when it was she stepped down, but it was just this week that they said that they were not going to be able to get the property for the foundation.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm just going
to... And I'm thinking that might have had something to do with why she's no longer with the foundation.
Right, yeah. It seems like there's definitely some consternation there. But I'm just going to be honest with you, and you steer me straight, because you know a lot more about this, obviously, than I do with your experience and being so connected to this. When I look at some of the stories, at least thus far, it looks a little bit to me like Barbara Poma and her husband might have been trying to utilize this to profit, to get more money out of the property than maybe it was worth, or to try to get some kind of payday out of this situation. They refused the money from the city when that was offered many years ago. It seems that they've refused this latest offer for the One Pulse deal that blew everything up in their faces here. I know they are trotting out this idea this morning that it's not their idea not to sell, but it's this third partner who just so happens to be a really close friend of them that is in some business ventures with them. Is this something that has to do with money, or am I getting this wrong?
Hey, Sean, I don't see how it's anything but money. I'm just going to go back to my history with Barbara. I knew Barbara many, many years before the shooting happened, and I had a good relationship with her, and nobody could have defended Barbara more strongly than I did on the 10 days on that hot street, when she wasn't even around, by the way. I defended her, and I defended her very strongly. But I have since seen a different side of this person, and it's been really unfortunate. It's been professionally difficult, but it was also really personally difficult.
Now, back in December of 2016, when the city offered, I believe, $2.2 million as a purchase price for the club, and she turned it down, and she said, I think, and I don't want to speak out of turn, but she said something like it was too personal or too close to her. She had an attachment to it. There was no talk back then of a third party or third owner.
Exactly. I'm so glad that you said that. There was absolutely, and I'm fired up about this. There was no third party. Okay. Right. So when they refused our offer, the city's offer, I'm just going to say the city's offer. Okay.
Well, you pushed hard for the city to buy it.
Family, okay. So when they turned down our offer, there was no third party or second party involved with this. All right. So if they had the partner at that time, We certainly weren't aware of it. And if they needed the money so bad, why did they have to borrow money later from this third person? None of this makes sense financially.
Right.
None of this makes sense on the timeline. So you guys are onto something.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like this has gone sideways.
And now I wonder, because of their involvement with One Pulse and her stepping down, because to be completely honest with you, there have been a lot of people, and I found a link this morning when I was trying to do my research for today's interview, of someone, a group of people that is completely against having any sort of museum there, but a lot of documents were attached to what seemed to be a lot of just profit making on either the foundation's part or perhaps the couple's part. And I don't, now it just seems all confusing. And considering a lot of people that are attached to it, I'm sure a lot of people that have donated already in hopes that this is going to help the survivors' families and the victims' families. And now it just seems to be a big old mess. And where do you go from here?
Well, and this is the thing, Sabrina, we have to separate Barbara Poma now from the foundation, because the foundation has now said enough, and I liken it to, if you have cancer and you cut out the cancer, you keep on living. And I think this foundation does have, even though believe me, they got a black eye from this, but I have since had some conversations with them, which I haven't had any contact with them in many, many years because of this crazy toxic work environment that was there. I think that there are some well-intentioned people there that do want to do the right thing by the families. It's going to be hard for them to basically, kind of make that up to everybody and let them understand that this is a new day and this is not the same situation that it was. But you have to also understand there's a lot of people who are still in Barbara's court. I don't get how. There are people who will believe in people no matter how many horrible things they do. I think we've seen this in politics.
Well, what about this, Commissioner Sheehan? When I see this story and get some more of the details from you, the worst thing about it to me isn't even just the commodification of Pulse and trying to make more money off the property and some of the other things that I'm sure I go beyond what I even know by a long shot. But it's really what seems to happen with Barbara Poma is that anytime criticism is lobbed at her, she either deflects it to somebody else, like this brand new mystery partner that is the one that doesn't want to sell Pulse, or deflects behind the tragedy of Pulse itself, which to me is one of the worst things you could possibly do, to use that as a shield when really your motivations are different than you're pretending.
Bingo. I can't add anything else to that. I mean, I was very honored to be a part of bringing this city together in love. After that happened, it was very much unity. I made sure Barbara was brought into all of the events and included. And I think she's co-opted that. I think that, we did the 1-year memorial at Lake Eola. It was a beautiful event. Then we had the dedication of at the 2-year mark of the interim memorial. And from then on out, it just became, it no longer became a community event. It no longer became something about community. It became something very much, I think, profit driven to benefit them. And how else can you explain? I think what's happening now, frankly, is that they're trying to get us to offer them eminent domain after they've already got an insurance settlement. Okay. They had business insurance. They've got a business. They got a settlement from their insurance company on their losses. She's made over $1 million as the executive director over 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah. $50,000 a year to be the executive director. Okay, multiply that times 7.
Yeah, and people I'm sure who are donating money to this probably didn't think that necessarily is the way this stuff was going to go. But
no, I think a lot of people feel like they were taken. I feel taken.
Where do you think this should go now? Do you think that this should be, as some people are saying, a public thing in a different location that is respectful and a great place for people to reflect back on what happened with Pulse? Or do you think it has to be at this location and something else should be done against this Barbara Poma to make sure that things are fair, or what?
Well, this is the problem. With eminent domain, you pay even higher than assessed value, okay? So do we really want to reward this behavior? And maybe this was the plan all along. I know that sounds very cynical, but that's all I can think of now. It was just the highest way to monetize this murder that happened in this location.
Is there a precedent? I didn't even know you could use eminent domain for something like a memorial or a museum. I thought that was mostly, I know this is going to sound pedestrian, but I thought that was just for building roads.
Right.
I thought it was just taking houses, we're buying your house so we can build more roads.
We must be able to justify eminent domain because of the federal designation, other things, but do we really want to?
Right.
I mean, do we want to reward this dreadful behavior? You know, do we want to?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, this is where I'm at as a decision
I feel like
maker,
Patty's
you know?
trying not to curse like we do all the time when we get fired up.
Yeah, I mean,
It
the
happens.
problem here is you go, would we like to have it at this location? Would this be best? And then that's one set of problems. But then you go, if we could take this land through eminent domain, we're rewarding somebody who has engaged in some of the worst behavior around a mass tragedy that you possibly could engage in, and
Even
we're
thought
lining
possible.
their pockets for what? for somebody who's kind of messed up the name of this group. And you're right. I think, One Pulse deserves another chance aside from the Pomas. They deserve another chance to kind of map something out new and show that they could do something differently.
And I think that they deserve that because I think they made the right decision by parting ways with her, which could not have been an easy decision. Believe me, I have been attacked by the pro Barbara people. Believe me, and I'm getting hammered on social media right now. But I don't care. I'm a big girl, I don't care about that. I don't mind taking difficult positions. I've done it my whole life. I mean, I'm an out lesbian in politics. I mean, if I haven't taken some hard hits, I don't know who has. Give me a break. But what really bothers me about this is the monetization of the murders, is the constant grifting, and the way people have been treated. I mean, Christine Lanenin is one of the mothers of one of the Pulse victims, and I was there the day that we were doing the federal designation. I hadn't been there very much because I had already had enough of the One Pulse Foundation and Barbara. But I went to that event out of respect to Congressman Soto, then Congressman Val Demings, and Congresswoman Stephanie Murphy. I went there for them, okay, to get that federal designation. And Christine Lanenin showed up, and she was not invited, because she was persona non grata with this group. And she started to holler, "You're trying to make money off the death of my son." And Barbara wanted her arrested.
Wow. Jesus.
Okay.
It's like a movie villain.
The police on site came to me and said, "Commissioner, we don't want to arrest this lady. What can you do? Can you help us?" So I walked over to Christine and I gave her a hug. And I said, "You have every right to be angry, and you have every right to be upset. You've been treated terribly, and I'm sorry. But you cannot get arrested today, and we cannot let them win. Please come with me." And Carlos Guillermo Smith was with me too, by the way. And I was on one side of her. Carlos said a few words to her, and we walked her off the property.
God. That's wild.
Well, I think it's not hard.
But that's the kind of stuff that I've been dealing with.
Yeah, and regular
and these
people.
families have been dealing with. If they had treated her that way, now Christine's outspoken, but she has every right to be angry. She lost her only son.
Right. Of course.
She has every right to be mad.
But the thing that comes to mind here is that when you see everybody's reaction to this, I'm glad you're talking to us right now, because most people that see these stories aren't aware of these details, aren't aware of the behavior from the Poma family and some of the other folks who were involved in this, who had, some grifter tendencies here. And when they see the story, they just see One Pulse nightclub, and that is a shield between these people and I think more broader
and
criticism.
people around the country, mind you.
Yeah, it's to me one of those things that's incredibly frustrated, because if people know this, if this information that you're saying gets out further, they'll understand that this is not an attack on Pulse by any means. This is an attack on, hey, what is going on behind the scenes here with this person who has been acting in their own self-interest in a case where you should be worried about anything but. You should be worried about the memories of the people who were lost and the families that were impacted by, the Pulse nightclub shooting in 2016. Do you think
I have seen anything but taking care of anybody else?
Mhm.
I mean, the only people who've been taking care of the families has been the Orlando United Resource Services, which is part of the center now. They now run it. We used to run the Orlando United Assistance Center. That's the counseling arm. That's getting help to people and all those kinds of things. That's the only direct service that's been offered. And we had to do that because they weren't getting any help from One Pulse. And they actually said, oh, that wasn't part of our mission. Nonsense. They had it in their mission statement. They took it out because that was the hard work. They didn't want to do the hard work.
You think
they didn't want to do the counseling. They didn't want to have to deal with people's emotions. They didn't want to have to help them put their lives back together again. They just wanted a big, shiny concert venue. At one point in time, Barbara slipped up and said, oh, my concert venue to me.
There's a lot to process.
Yeah,
I didn't realize.
Do you think that she's done anything illegal here?
There's a big difference between unethical and illegal. And that's the problem. I think we see a lot of people doing things that are unethical and maybe don't get to the point of being illegal. But what I want to know is she kept saying that she was going to donate. I was there when she said she and Rosario said they were going to donate to the club. So how can they go back on that promise that they've made over many, many years to donate this site with this business partner thing? I mean, if it's not illegal, it certainly is unethical.
Yeah, it looks like there's some things that could be looked into here because even just on the surface, it's obviously a situation that went about as sideways as one could go. And we can only hope now that we can pull the nose up here a little bit and figure out how to proceed forward with best respect to the people affected by the Pulse nightclub attack.
But we are not unique. This was so frustrating to me, Sean, is that in these mass shootings all across America, there's always not-for-profits that step in. There's always all kinds of groups that step in and say they are going to help the victims, and they never do. And there is a group called the Compassion Fund, and they go, and it's unfortunate these people have to go from place to place to place to place. And they travel, and they basically kind of help you do the best practices to make sure that people get the help. So when we did the One Fund at the City of Orlando with Equality Florida, we made sure 100% of that $34 million went directly to those affected families, survivors, those who were injured, and anyone who was in that club got at least enough money to get some counseling. It was a entirely transparent process. It was a community involved initiative. So Barbara knew how to do it right. She saw how we did it right.
How much money do you think the Poma family has benefited off of this? How much money do you think they've made off of this whole thing after this the nightclub attack?
I can't tell you because I don't know how much money they got in an insurance settlement because they did. Okay. You have a business that gets shot up. You have business insurance, but I can't tell as a private citizen how much you benefited from that. That's not public knowledge.
Right.
But they benefited in that way. Okay. They kept telling everybody, "Oh, we got nothing," and it was awful during the time that we were giving out the money to the victims. But Barbara was actually complaining that she didn't get anything.
My God!
As the owner, she didn't get anything for the club.
Yeah, she didn't get any benefit of that $34 million. And there were times when I could have bit my tongue clean off. And that was one of them.
Yeah, right. I don't blame you. I think,
but I stood by her. I stood by her because I believed in her, and I understand all these other people, who might still believe in her. Be careful.
Yeah, it's a warning right here.
You might find yourself riding under that bus next, because Lord knows I did. And what I did? I walked away. I didn't want to get involved in all their craziness when they were threatening me and everything like that. I went and got myself some help because I was in that for 2 years, and it was a lot. I met 38 of the 49 families. I helped, out in a lot of different ways. And I was flat out exhausted and emotionally drained. And then I was attacked by them on top of it.
Of course you would be exhausted. You're the face of Orlando to a lot of the people looking in on us from the outside.
And to think what it's turned into after this.
Yeah, what a mess. God.
But this is the thing that I want to express to everyone, though. We are still that community. Don't let the Pumas steal that from us.
Sure. Yeah, very true.
Don't let the people who are on that train take that from us, because that's what they're going to think. Oh, Patty's being so divisive. Nonsense.
It sounds like anything against them, any criticism against them is just that, right? They're knocking it away with this. But I appreciate you talking to us, Commissioner Patty Sheehan. And number one, I appreciate you speaking your mind. There's too few people that do that when it comes to something that could be as dicey as this, where you're going to get a lot of pushback.
Patty.
Yeah, and good for you for doing that.
Well, it hasn't been easy. I've had to do a lot of soul searching through this. But someone has to be the voice for these families. Yeah. And I got to know them in the aftermath of Pulse. I got to meet, like I said, 38 of the 49 families. And I've gotten to know a lot of the survivors, too. Somebody has to be their voice. Yeah. And I have no problem standing up and speaking up for them.
I'm into that.
Anything you would say to Barbara Poma if she's listening right now?
She probably is.
She's not listening right now. And after all that happened, I tried many times to reach out and mend fences with her and try to get her to understand that she was going down the wrong path. And I was told I wasn't important enough to be involved. I was insulted.
Jesus.
Yeah, I had all kinds of, they made all kinds of crazy, they made some of the craziest allegations against me and said they were going to ruin my reputation and my career.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Thank you, Patty.
We appreciate you, Patty.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate it, Commissioner Patty Sheehan, speaking your mind on the incident with Pulse nightclub.
It's only three of us clapping here. Yeah. We'll add it in post.
People really enjoyed the conversation for sure. There's a lot of positive feedback on the chat side of things. That was illuminating, I think. We'll talk a little more about this, and we'll get into more of your comments, your dispatches in just a moment. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
We know you're spending some of your work time on Facebook. Like our page at Real Radio 1041. And we'll keep your secret. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Watch out for slowdowns due to an accident on I-4 westbound's off-ramp to Colonial Drive. Traffic is backed up to Parr Street. You can expect your regular congestion on I-4 westbound between Sand Lake Road and after State Road 535. There's delays on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Guys, we live in Central Florida. It is so important that your air conditioning works perfectly every single time. And that's why I strongly suggest a call to Mills Air. Look, they've been around since 1992. This is over 30 years. They've been knocking it out of the park and helping people like you in Central Florida. Their techs can service any brand out there, and they are a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which can get you access to huge rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today to schedule your appointment, 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wass's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game and a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Now open in Daytona.
If you love Florida and you love fun, it's time you went fishing. Because fishing, fun, and Florida just seem to go together. But first, be sure to get your fishing license. It's easy. Just visit fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com. And before you know it, you'll be more relaxed than you can even imagine. Casting away your worries and reeling in the fun. So go to fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com to get your license. That's fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally do pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine marble, all those beautiful colors. But it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas. And next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
Hardworking Americans like you and me are sick and tired of this brutal stock market. Take ownership of your financial future. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com. Their team of experts buys world-renowned hotel brands like Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt and maximizes profitability for an investable REIT that's open to everyone. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com to see their incredible track record of double-digit returns in the most volatile of times. Past performance is no guarantee of future results.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
The podcast, Silenced, The Radio Murders, explores the unsolved homicides of 3 disc jockeys in Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood. It's an investigation that exposes corruption and drug trafficking, painting a portrait of Miami as a forward operating base for the CIA.
They were using their newfound freedom and the radio airwaves to ignite a revolution. That's when the killing started.
Listen to Silenced, The Radio Murders on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Shoppers, this is your local sweet corn farmer letting you know that Florida sweet corn is in season. Grown right here by farmers just like me. These golden cobs of sunshine are already in the produce section, waiting to go home to your family's dinner table. For all your local grown in-season foods and ingredients, ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com. And happy eating.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Ocean Bank is coming to Orlando. So we decided to bring you a break from the commercial break. Take this time to dream about how you would grow your business with Ocean Bank. Visit us at oceanbank.com. Ocean Bank. Member FDIC.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Before we talk to Commissioner Sheehan, if she was going to tone it down for
she was going to sugarcoat it for...
No, baby.
She brought the gas.
Oh, yeah.
She brought the gas with her. And
she brought the gas and the lighter.
Pedal to the metal.
It's one of these things where it's a conversation that most people don't hear. And if you come out criticizing somebody who is at the center of it, even though you're totally right, and I believe that Patty is totally right in what she's saying, just based on some of the things that you can glean out of these stories that I've seen and her firsthand accounts, even just based on that, you would say, hey, she's right. But nobody else knows this, or it's not been reported enough that the person behind all of this is not this angel that you might think they are. But because it's Pulse and we have such a close attachment to that, and as Sabrina said, this is not even just about Orlando or Florida or the United States of America. When the money was being donated, and some of that money that went to the owner of the property of Pulse, that money was coming from around the world. And all of it was intended for the people who are affected by this.
It got extremely messy.
Mm-hmm.
And I am very, curious is such a loose word for it, but where it goes from here is, I think a lot of people would like to know. And the information that Patty gave us is an insight that I think would not have been really summed up very well in an article.
No, it's hard to do it, actually. Like the basis of it, just the quick Cliff's Notes is after the 2016 Pulse massacre and everybody pulled together, they formed that One Pulse organization. And the person who owned Pulse was the leader of this organization for the most part. And it seems that person, she has had her self-interest in this since the beginning. That's Barbara Poma. And she had many opportunities to sell this property. She had many opportunities to divest the property to other organizations, and she seemingly turned all of those down. And if it was because she wanted more money, she shouldn't be free from criticism just because she's the owner of the building where this massacre happened. I mean, that shouldn't...
Listen, there's a lot of people that are very close with the people that were working there. I personally know survivors of the Pulse massacre that I'm sure are still, in a very different spot with the Pumas than anyone would be.
Mm-hmm.
And probably hard to hear what just happened. However, in the grand scheme of things, it seems like a big scam.
Yeah, it does.
So it's like, I don't know what else could be said that would make people feel differently after the numbers are there.
You always hear people say, how do you sleep at night? And that's sort of one of those.
Usually on my back.
If you're the person who is making moves like that, and then when people call you out on your greedy and bad behavior, then you go after them. You go after them because there can be nobody who disagrees with you, and you are perpetually in the right because you're the owner of the Pulse nightclub. Ooh.
I just really think that at the end of the day, she just could have avoided all of this by selling the club to the city back in 2016.
Yes.
Maybe
for over $2 million.
Maybe that parcel of land, is it worth more? Possibly. However, right? And then I don't know, this most recent thing was they just wanted him to donate it. And I get that you don't want to donate something that you bought, that you own, and lose a bunch on it.
Well, there would be a lot of tax implications.
Absolutely,
yes.
You'd
be able to write off so much.
Absolutely, and I get that. But you could have avoided it by just selling it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of other things going on for you. You're not going to be out on the street here.
Yeah, imagine
because you took $2.25 million for Pulse.
And wanting like $1 million more and being willing to do all this.
I asked this this is my opinion, far from it. If given the opportunity to speak to the owners, because people are texting about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Be fair. Get the interview with the Pulse owner.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Yeah, 100% we would talk with her.
And treat it as the way that we talked to Patty just now?
Yeah, here's the tough part. I would actually love to have them both because the owner can just say whatever.
Messy. Don't put Patty.
I think she may be interested. I don't know. But if you just have the owner and they're just going to say like all these things that I don't know about, don't have access to, they'll sort of build up a wall. I still definitely would be willing to speak with the other side on this. I could be convinced. Somebody could say you got it all wrong. Here's how it actually was, and I'm the good guy in this. I don't think that's going to happen, though.
I don't either.
I don't think that's going to be the case. But we would extend that invitation if the Poma family would like to join us to have some time and talk about it, get their side of things across. We'd be willing to do that for sure.
I doubt it because the people that I know that are attached to them don't like them. And I think for probably good reason.
Yeah, it seems like there's some reasons.
But Sealand, go ahead and reach out.
I don't know that any of my old high school Pumas are going to be answering that phone call.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. It's a Taylor to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
What happens when we're off the air? At Real Radio 1041 on Instagram. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. We have another warm day ahead. Afternoon highs reaching the mid, if not upper 80s. The sun will be shining bright, likely not a cloud in the sky today. We remain dry and warming through your Friday, but rain chances will arrive back in the forecast by this weekend. Have a great rest of your day. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
Mortgage brokers are better. Why, you ask? Well, they do all of their loans through national wholesale lenders. It's still going to be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but mortgage brokers, like that mortgage guy Don, they have access to dozens of wholesale banks competing for your business. And wholesale banks only loan through mortgage brokers like that mortgage guy Don. And he is the best because he made the process of getting a quote or comparing the quote you already have super easy. You get a better deal on any home loan when you work through a broker, and you get the satisfaction of simplicity and honesty when you work with that mortgage guy, Don. I mean, go to the website right now. You'll see it immediately. It is chock full of information for you. That mortgageguydon.com is also very easy to navigate through. And any question that you have direct access to the expert himself. Via live chat, email, Zoom call, make an appointment, or perhaps you can hear your question answered live this weekend on the Home Loans Radio Show. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Go to thatmortgageguydon.com.
I won over $500,000 playing slots. I do this full time, and I would not change it for the world. It's fun, and I win. I win a lot.
It happens every day. Regular people are winning every single day. Whether it's $500 or $50,000, anybody can win. Because when they win, I feel like I'm winning.
I came one night, hit the double downs, had a couple of good runs, and won about $300,000.
Anybody could win at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Must be 21 to play slots or table games. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order, so every bite is hot and juicy every time. Because we love making you a burger that tastes exactly how it should.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger, made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who craves a handcrafted treat, let our team member Sephora tell you about a Culver's favorite.
We make our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard in small batches all throughout the day. And we mean all day, every day. From our supremely rich shakes and concrete mixers to our freshly scooped dishes and cones, we handcraft every bite to pure perfection. Making you a sweet treat with care is the best part of my day.
Come to Culver's and get a taste of our fresh frozen custard.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Spring has sprung and it's full tilt boogie time. At GiveMeTheVin.com, I'm overpaying for cars because I think they're going to go up even higher from where they are right now. We'll pay off your payoff. We'll pick your stuff up. We'll quote you quick and easy at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer. Go there right now, and if I don't beat a CarMax offer, I'll send you a check for $100.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
The biggest horse race of the year is here, and there's no better time to get in on the action with FanDuel Racing, because right now all customers can get a no-sweat derby bet up to $20. That means you'll get up to $20 back if your win bet doesn't win. The FanDuel Racing app is super easy to use, safe, and secure, and when you win, you get paid fast. So don't miss out. The Derby is coming up this Saturday. It's the most watched horse race in the world and the longest continuously running sports event in the country. Get in on the excitement and tradition of the Run for the Roses this Saturday. The FanDuel Racing app has all the horse racing action. Visit racing.fanduel.com/DerbyFL for your chance to get a no-sweat Derby bet up to $20 on FanDuel Racing. That's racing.fanduel.com/DerbyFL. Age and residency restrictions apply. Offer valid on first Derby win wager. Refund issued in non-withdrawable racing site credit that expires on 6/12/23. Restrictions apply. See terms at racing.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Power through every season with True Fuel, the ready-to-use engineered fuel for outdoor power equipment that lasts for years and provides true convenience, true performance, and true protection. True Fuel is ethanol-free and precision-engineered to improve performance and extend the life of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and small generators. With True Fuel in the tank, you're always ready for yard work and everything Mother Nature decides to throw at you. True Fuel. Empower your equipment.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
And now, everybody who's fueled by your local Circle K. There's flower shop owners, neighborhood bakers, awesome food truck sandwich makers, gearheads, mighty motorheads, farmers and their farmsteads, life-saving physicians and head-banging musicians, that guy who helped you change your spare, and rock star nurses. The people we rely on every day are fueled by Circle K. Every single day, fueled by Circle K.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. If you own a business and still haven't applied for the payroll tax refund, we want to pay a licensed tax attorney to see if you're eligible to receive up to $26,000 per employee. Go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
Final dispatches. Stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Thursday. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Joe emails and he says, is there a list somewhere of your rejoin music? Because it is the best. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for saying that. And there is a list somewhere out there.
There are some user-curated playlists on Spotify.
Yeah.
I believe there's more than one. I don't know which, if you looked at them, if you search for News Junkie rejoins, which one would be more up to date.
But Arya Shadowblade on the Discord is one of the ones who came up with a whole big playlist of a lot of them.
Okay.
If you've seen it, you might have seen that one, but you're right. There's more than one. If you go over into the News Junkie Discord, you could probably get a link to that.
Sorry, I'm late. It's a dog war out there.
Yeah, there was a lot of dogs in the studio.
Yeah,
all of a sudden, somebody said,
dodged one ran past me. Poor Courtney's chasing Simon.
It's like all sizes. You got the littlest one, then a middle one, then a big giant one.
It's wild. I'm bringing Carl tomorrow.
Oh, please no. Please no. Not that I don't love Carl, just that 4 dogs would break the whole system, I think, even more so. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Steven emails. He says, Sean, if you get a chance, you should hear the last 30 minutes of the Jim Colbert show yesterday. They asked ChatGPT to write about Jack Bradshaw, and it came up with a story that Jack created the show The News Junkie. It was a hilarious bit, he says. I did not hear that, but if ChatGPT is out there spreading misinformation saying that Bradshaw concocted The News Junkie and all this
it got the information from somewhere.
I don't know where that's at. There's some fake news spreading around out there. I'll have to check
Speaking
that
of
out.
which, I just heard something on Facebook that I'm not totally sure about.
All right.
But it would affect somewhere where we've done the show before.
What's that? What are you hearing?
Just hearing that the place might be becoming a high rise.
Oh, really? Something else they're knocking down?
Yeah.
Jesus,
Wait,
man.
where? Who? What?
I don't want to say it until.
Hold on. We got the thing. We can do
do the
the
thing.
Hang on. Here we go. We'll do the. Here we go.
Rumors.
Good news alert! Good news alert!
Wow.
Yeah.
Good news alert!
Also, I've heard the same thing.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Which I found to be very interesting considering how the franchise corporate
I look.
is attacked.
I just didn't expect that. I thought you were going to say somewhere else, maybe, but
At first, I thought you were talking about 55 West. I'm like, but that's a high rise already.
No, but worth knocking it down and starting over.
Higher.
Just start
The
fresh.
tallest building in America.
All right, let's go down here and
Tallest.
do
Jesus.
one final dispatch. I've got I'm Not a Hippie here.
All right. By Ed Sheeran winning this case, he's going to have a lot more people looking at him about the way he does music, writes music, or sample music, because the first lawsuit was the Body on Me song, which is a sample of TLC's No Scrubs, which is the girl group Escape wrote that song for TLC, so Ed Sheeran had to share the writing credits and the Grammy for that song. And now this. He got away with this, but there's going to be a lot more eyes on him.
I don't know the story about the other one, the sample. If it was an actual sample, I mean, that's. I don't.
Isn't that Shape of You?
I guess
think
so.
it is. Yeah. All right. Well, let's do the stories that did make the cut very quickly here and see what's going on.
More on that tomorrow.
They say the police have arrested the suspect in the Atlanta shooting that we talked about yesterday, with 1 dead and 4 wounded. And it does appear, as I was thinking, that he was angry at the hospital that he shot up in Atlanta.
His mom was there.
His mom was there, and they said he had anxiety, and he was going in there, and they would give him this like shot of something, like a tranquilizer shot, and they wouldn't give it to him because people get addicted to these shots. And then at that point, he pulled out a gun and started shooting the people in the hospital. And there's a new breakthrough, perhaps. Eli Lilly says their new Alzheimer's drug can stop the progression of the disease. They said it slowed the rate of cognitive decline by 35% when compared to a placebo, which doesn't sound great, but it's actually not a bad performance overall. Shows you it's better than the placebo in that grouping. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's wrap it up. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Thursday, May 5th, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I learned this series.
Star Wars.
Star Wars is right. May the 5th be with you, nerds. The 4th? Why are we doing it on the 5th? Oh, today's not the 5th. I got the date wrong. Oh, I'm sorry about that, everybody. I'm sorry. May
Luke,
the 4th.
I am your mother.
Is today.
Just ask Kathy Sheeran about that.
Today I learned the TIE Fighter sounds on Star Wars were created from elephant noises. They said when they originally saw the concept designs, they knew it had to be a unique sound. The swoosh, the noise that you would hear. And the person behind this, Ben Burt, the sound designer, claimed, here's how we're going to do this. We're going to use elephants and recreate this sound. And that's what they ended up using. Today I learned in 2017, several Maryland college students consumed so much alcohol at a house party that the air in the house registered a reading of 0.01 on a breathalyzer. Congratulations, friends. You got the air inside the house.
What an accomplishment.
All right, here we go. Today I learned this guy right here.
Ed Sheeran.
That's right, Ed Sheeran himself. Congrats, Ed. You won this round. Ed Sheeran granted a dying fan's wish one time, which was to hear him sing by singing to her minutes before she died. They put him on the phone in her hotel, before she passed from cystic fibrosis, which is kind of a sweet thing to do. All right, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place in West Palm Beach. It's the Greek Zone. In Orlando, it's our friends in the Jim Colbert Show. It's on the way, and it's all right here on Real Radio.